Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the Friday live stream. Happy to see you guys, my movie peeps. Oh, I have upgraded in my life, as you know now. Your boy 3C got engaged. And with that, I must now say no to all 679,000 of you. I know you wanted me. I get the emails and messages sometimes straight up, y'all just send me you nude and thinking I'm gonna go. I like that. That's nice. Yes, not even kidding. 7, 8 years doing YouTube. At least 4 dudes have just straight up sent me them naked. Hasn't worked yet, but Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds, DMs are open. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, thank you so much for all the congratulations and things that y'all have been sending me. It's nice to finally do that, man. Let me just get in through our topics and then I'll go into story times and catching up with what I've been doing the last week. So, some of the things we'll be doing here that we'll be talking about in this live stream is, for one, we got some DC updates. We thought we were about to get some awesome news, and so we got some disappointment in there. Godzilla and Kong, tons of updates with that movie. We're gonna be looking at that with some casting updates and locations. Looks like we got our first look at Ghostface on the set of Scream 7. Got some set videos and leaked stuff. We're going to look in that along with some interviews. Marvel has paused 3 different TV shows I was interested in, well, possibly interested in watching. We're going to look at those. The Captain America post-credit scene just got way more confusing because the director has now clarified what it means, and nobody, literally nobody, was connecting those dots. That's going to be funny to talk about. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has now ended. You need to know my thoughts? I was going to give it to you. In fact, that's why this stream is a little later than usual. I was literally watching them because I was gone this last week and I needed to, have some fun. So, okay. Yes. Let me actually just pull it up. That way you guys can see the full picture. I'm not going to put it with sound, man, because if you hear my little speech, all y'all's going to cry or all y'all's going to play it for me the rest of my life. And, uh, we don't need that on the Reddit every 2 weeks. So let me get the best angle I can get of this. Okay, there we go. Gonna airdrop this here. So, yeah, dude, do not be like me, okay? I had been with my lady for 8 years, y'all. 8 years. That's how long we've been dating. And I just waited way too long to propose, to actually get things serious. In fact, let me show y'all the first photo and whatnot. And hey, you know what? If you're not into this, there's going to be timestamps for you rewatchers. But for those of you who care, I'm happy to let you know. Okay, so let me pull this up here. That way y'all can experience this with your boy. Okay, so got all this set up. Okay. Good old times. Good old times. Oh, there we go. Okay. Should have had this prepared, but literally, your boy was already like, what's it gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So, I did it at Vegas. Our thing, we always go to Vegas, whatchamacallit, whenever we, it became a tradition every 2 years on our birthday, because literally my birthday is February 6th, hers is February 7th. Yeah. 3 years apart, though. I'm older. And we just made a tradition to always go to Vegas. And we were there, and I just knew I wanted to do it. And man, I could not sleep the night before. I was panicking. I was stressing. I was saying my little speech over and over in the back of my head. I think she knew it was coming because I was making it too obvious. I was like, I made her get a new dress. And she's like, what do I need a new dress? I'm like, get a new dress. And then I was like, you should get your nails done. I don't need to get my nails done. Get your nails done. So I think she saw it coming. And here I'm like, I'm trying to get the box out. I'm all stressing. I'm worrying. And she's over here not paying. I'm like, come on, look. And dude, they sell ring boxes with lights in them now. I thought that was crazy. Some guy just walked in the shot too. I was like, all right, buddy, just don't mind us. That's Vegas for you. But no, it was an awesome moment. I'm so happy I did it. But again, if you could take my advice, guys, I say minimum, like for sure a year. But I should have done it after year 3. I have no idea why I waited to 8 years to do this, because I knew she was the one for the longest time. In fact, we were at the stage in our relationship right now where we were talking about little 3Cs, baby 3Cs and all that. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm skipping a step here. I think there's something I'm supposed to do before the kiddies come around. And she was just so patient with me and awesome. And you guys have seen her throughout the years in the videos, but man, it was just nice to do that. When's the wedding? Probably in 10 years. Gotta space it out. That's how we end up doing it. But we're in Vegas. I will say I did the okay, bringing it back to movie news and stuff like that. I want to give you my little thoughts on this because I thought it was awesome. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I didn't manage to take any videos, unfortunately, because they didn't allow it. But at Vegas, if you guys go, there's a Saw escape room. They also have a Pennywise one and I think a Blair Witch one. And they're all officially licensed. They're not like knockoffs or anything like that. Let me see if I can pull it up. Vegas Saw escape room. I just want to give you my thoughts on that because I thought that was kind of interesting. Looks, we got some videos. Oh, great. These people got to film it and whatnot. They were like, put your phone away. No lights. Whatever. But anyways, they had that there, and I definitely want to do it. We were with a group of people in Vegas, and this was pretty cool, but it was a terrible escape room. The cool part is the immersion because they rebuilt things from the movie. And you know me, I'm a big Saw guy. And so it was pretty cool. Like I got to be in a bathroom that literally looked like the exact bathroom from the first movie. This scene, I think, is from like the 5th or it could be the 6th Saw movie. I'm not exact where they have to get into the little, whatchamacallit, tunnels to survive. They also had like a scene from the 2nd movie. If you remember the guy who has to go into the furnace and he gets burnt alive. There was a lot of cool Saw things and recreating moments, but the problem with it was the rooms are so huge. And if you've ever been to a good escape room, you know there is always like a clue that starts you off and then that's where you go off. There was no idea. It got to the point we had like a lady in the overhead just being like, look to your left. Yes, look up. That's where you start. And then taking us there. It was honestly terribly set up, but I think it was cool. I think I would go back and do like the Pennywise and whatnot. It was in a shady location though. When we showed up to the escape room, I'm like, no, we get murdered. This is for real. We actually gonna die here. But I thought that was fun. That was cool that they did that. And pretty soon Universal is like building something in Las Vegas to like whatchamacallit. Yeah, it was just confusing. So it was just confusing. Like there was no real setup of like how to go. And it wasn't, I was hoping it was more like the movies. Like there's this interactive thing where you do have to crawl, but it's not, how to explain it. It's just not clear. I've done tons of escape rooms, and yes, there's somewhere I don't finish, but that's because I know I wasn't smart enough to solve the riddle. This wasn't the case where it's like it was just like there's no clear instruction or what to do. You're just like, whoa, look at this. And so a lady has to get over the head and go, look to your right, down, up. Yeah, right there. Okay, go ahead. All right. And it just kind of ruined it. To me, more it was just this, but it would have been awesome if I could have actually have taken a photo. Here's the furnace. I actually went inside of it. Just because I'm a big Saw fan, as soon as they said, one of you has to get into the furnace, I was like, get on my way. And I went in. I was like, this is my moment. Jigsaw, test me. But it was cool. It was just a fun little experience to do there and to have that done. So that's where I've been the past couple of days. And you know, I did get bad karma. Last story time before we get into the topics here. Yesterday was supposed to be the day I came back to Dallas after my trip and all that. That is now officially the worst time I've had traveling. I woke up at 4 a.m. because our flight was at 7. And so we had to get to the airport, right? You have to get there. It's always good to be at least 2 hours early because you never know how long it's going to take you through TSA and all that. And you don't want to miss your flights. So I woke up 4 a.m., got to the airport, went through all that. It was supposed to be like 20 minutes before the plane goes off. And I got a notification. It was like flight delayed 30 minutes. I was like, oh, perfect. We're kind of a little behind. So good. 30 minutes goes by. And then it says again, delayed 30 more minutes. I'm like, okay, now it's 8 o'clock. All right, whatever, fine. Now I can go get a bagel or some Starbucks at the airport or something, right? Then again, I'm like, delayed to 8:30. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? And that kept happening until it finally said delayed at 10. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get up and talk to somebody. Because why is this getting delayed every 30 minutes? What's going on with my plane? So I go up to the lady. And I always think you should preface and show that you're a polite person. You should, because those people at TSA sometimes they don't know and they probably get hounded and a bunch of a-holes all the time. So I was like, hey, I know you probably can't give me the best answer, but I'm just trying to find out what's going on with my flight. It keeps getting delayed every 30 minutes. I'm just trying to get a clear idea what's going on. And then she lets me know in a very professional way. I wish I could repeat the words she says, but what it basically came down to is last night they glued a part of the plane together, and now we're waiting for the glue to dry. Huh? Huh? And you also have to think about the situation we are in life. I don't know how many of you guys are following the news, have been seeing things lately, and I'm not trying to make light of this stuff or make fun of it, but there has been a lot of plane crashes the past couple of weeks. If you've been on the news, there's been planes that have gone upside down, planes that have fallen, exploded, really sad stuff, people's lives, and it's been happening a lot these past couple of weeks. And so when I'm talking to a lady and she's telling me, we just waiting for the glue to dry, and then we can send you to Dallas. Hopefully. I looked around. I was like, this is an SNL sketch. This is a prank. No way you're telling me right now that that's the reason my play keeps getting delayed is because every 30 minutes, some guy's going up there. Still wet, still wet. Give it another 30 minutes, Jimmy. I don't care. This plane can't take off. That Elmer's glue, still sticky. Sticky, sticky, no good. I'm like, well, okay. All right, it's going to be fine. Now, again, like I said, when she described it, she said things like, oh, yeah, they attached a plane with an adhesive, and right now they're curing it and giving it a good sealant. So once that's taken care of, and I'm like, it's big words that make you think better, that they didn't just like super glue it. But that still sounds weird, right? Big old expensive plane, and they're putting pieces together with glue. I don't know, man. I ain't no scientist. Someone said Dollar Tree glue. uh, so literally again, we're at the airport. Flight was at 7, and it just kept getting delayed. I guess this glue would just never dry, and it literally got to the point where it was delayed to 3 o'clock. And the whole time I'm there at the airport, because they just keep delaying it 30 minutes. If from the beginning when we got there, they said your flight won't actually take off till 3, I'm like, all right, great. I'm going back to the casino floor to lose more money or go to a restaurant, do something, see another show in Vegas, do something with my time. But because it keeps getting delayed 30 minutes, I'm just sitting there like a chum, like, let me go take another pee at this airport bathroom. Let me go grab some overpriced freaking Skittles from the store, just sitting there waiting. And then eventually got to the point where I had to like shift flights and change, and that made me feel better. Once it gave me the option, I was like, I can go to a different plane that just goes a little later, because I'm like, they're about to cancel this flight. That glue ain't never drying, and I don't think they want to risk something like that happening. So I switched. As soon as I switched, that plane took off, and then the flight I switched to delayed also for different reasons. And I'm like, you're messing with me, God. Let me go. And it sucks too, because like the way I specifically picked the 7 a.m. flight so I could get into Dallas by 11 a.m., get here bright and early, and go right to work. Because don't think I love taking time off work. Every day I don't post a video, I'm like, my fans are unsubscribing. They're never going to come back. They're going to go to some other channel. They're not going to be with me anymore. I get a little antsy, but it was a big occasion, so I let it slide. But dude, I was hoping to come back and then right away start making videos, catching up on stuff. Didn't get home till 9 at night, and I just knocked out, man. So there you go. That's what happened. That's what went on. Good stuff and whatnot. So yeah. But to get this all done, I will say I did get a little engagement present. I don't know who sent me this. There was like no name on it. It was so strange. I was like, okay, let me just open this up. And they got me this wind-up monkey. I've never seen this little guy. Look at this. It's pretty good. And it's got a little thing on the back. I think I should turn it, guys. What do you think? Should I? This thing is pretty dope. Yes, you're getting a review of the monkey. I wanted to do it before I left to Vegas because I saw the movie before my trip. But none of the AMCs in Dallas were selling this popcorn bucket yet. But as soon as I came back, I went out to AMC to get it. This thing is heavy. It's probably one of the heaviest popcorn buckets. Very well detailed. And you will be getting my thoughts on that literally after this live stream. Going right to filming the review and doing that. I even know what my cringy intro is going to be. And I think y'all are going to like it. So Anyways, let's now get into some news, all right? Y'all are here, y'all are ready. Let's talk about some stuff, man. Um, let's kick things off, my guys, with this DC update. Yo. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a couple of DC movies. We got an update on the Clayface movie, the Sergeant Rock movie, and then we have some updates going on with just DC themselves cuz they held a press event. And earlier today, we were getting so hyped up that it's like, dude, we're about to get some major announcements if they're rounding up all the press. That turned out to be a disappointment. We'll explain why. So let's begin here with this Clayface movie. Looks like we finally have a director and we have some description of how it's going to go. Let's see if we like the sound of this. So, for one, we got confirmed that James Watkins will be the director of Clayface. He recently did the Speak No Evil remake with James McAvoy that came out. A movie I surprisingly enjoyed. I thought he did a great job. Very happy with that, especially since it sounded like the how do I say it? The alternate choice was going to be Jeff Wadlow. That was the rumor, although articles came out and said he was never in talks. But still, dude, if Jeff Wadlow, which again, if you don't know his filmography, Imaginary, Truth or Dare, what else was it? So basically, the worst Fantasy Island, the worst Blumhouse movies. Jeff Wadlow touch. I hear he's actually a nice guy, and he must be to keep getting these movies after he makes terrible movie after terrible movie. But if he touched Clayface, no, I don't want that movie. James Watkins, okay, seems competent enough, and with a script from Mike Flanagan, let's go. So this is the description, though, of the movie, and I'm like, this sounds awfully familiar. The budget is going to be $40 million. Smart, very smart DC. Superhero movies do not need to be as expensive as always. I think you can make a really fun or interesting superhero movie with a decent budget, and I think that's a good, decent budget, and that way there's less pressure, too, about flopping. It says, described as a Hollywood horror tale centered on a B-movie actor who injects himself with a substance, say that again, to keep himself relevant, only to find out that he can reshape his face and form, becoming a walking piece of clay. All right. To me, get an actor washed out, injecting yourself with the substance. I don't know, man. That sounds like a movie I just watched that is actually nominated for an Oscar. The Substance. Looks like we are about to be getting the male superhero version of The Substance, baby. I guess I don't mind that. That seems like it could be a fine route, and obviously it's going to get to the point where he just keeps injecting so much he ends up becoming this Clayface monster. The tragic tale could be cool. The Hollywood angle I like. That is kind of the route I would like them to go. Very similar to the Cape Crusade episode from the new Batman series they came out with, and I guess that makes sense because this Clayface movie, even though it's not set in the Matt Reeves universe, is being produced by Matt Reeves. I don't mind that. Okay, I think it could be weird. Someone said, "Bro, okay, sure, weirdo." What did I do? Better not be talking to me like that. Just kidding. Clay Tussy, Clay Fussy. Glad to see you guys haven't changed in a week. Come on now. But I think it could be fine. I think it could be good. I'm just still wondering how it's. I guess I should stop thinking in that mindset. That's what James Gunn's universe is trying not to be, where it's like, how does this connect to the bigger universe? How does this set up the Batman? Could he cameo? That's that Marvel. That's like, it's literally the 10, what has it been, 15 years of Marvel movies have done to our brains. And I think James Gunn is trying to rip the Band-Aid of, hey, no. Shh. Just enjoy this one. Don't worry about the connection, the overall universe. Just enjoy this. So let's hope I can do that. The next one, before we get into the disappointing, or this is kind of disappointing, we had the Sergeant Rock movie. Sergeant Rock. This is, again, a strange choice in my opinion, but I was willing to hear it out because of the director involved. Sergeant Rock is one of the next movies coming out from DC Studios. You might have seen flashbacks of him in Creature Commandos with, was it G.I. Robot? And it's basically like just a very talented army soldier. And it's going to be directed by Luca Guadagnino, who did Call Me By Your Name, Challengers. Really enjoyed that. And it looks like it was going to star Daniel Craig, but Now it looks like Daniel Craig is no longer interested, does not want to be part of the movie, mainly because he was in a movie with him that came out last year that didn't end up doing what they wanted. So I'm going to search a term queer and hopefully nothing weird pops up. Taking a risk here, hitting images. Okay, good. I have not gotten a chance to watch this movie. I hear it's very well liked and people enjoyed it. And people thought it was going to have Oscar potential, but it ended up getting like no awards, no buzz. And so I think that disappointed Daniel Craig. And he's like, I ain't winning with you, buddy. So I'm not sticking with you. His replacement might end up being Jeremy Allen White. Some of you guys might know him from The Bear, also in Shameless. All right, let's go. I think he'd be cool. He's got the yelling down. I know he's got that from The Bear where he's just going around. So as a Sergeant Rock, okay, younger than Daniel Craig. So looks like he could end up being the person. And again, I'm just thinking to myself, how does this connect to, is this the start? We're gonna get cameo from the JLA? Huh. But again, it's just what James Gunn is doing where he's like, hey, if we could just tell a fun story, we're going to tell a fun story. Whether it connects or not, we'll see. So that's happening. Again, I'm more excited for the Clayface movie because it has horror and it has Mike Flanagan written with it. And it's a Batman villain, so we might get a sense of Gotham in that world. Sergeant Rock movie, mainly just excited for the director because I've pretty much liked all his work. But it is like, dude, imagine starting the MCU with freaking a White Vision series, the White Vision that they have coming up, Ironheart movie, and then also we're gonna do an Iron Man film. It's like, what are we doing? It's just the most random projects to start off things going. But okay, that's happening. Well, a lot of DC fans were getting hyped earlier today because Grace Randolph, who I have no beef with, I will happily have a chat with Grace Randolph. I remember watching her way before I had my YouTube channel. But she came out earlier today and informed us of something happening, and we were like, "Oh, dude, this is gonna be big. What's happening? Let me see." All right, so we have. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to find it. Okay, they said she started off by saying there's rumblings of more big DC studio news next week. Exciting. Next week, as in like Monday, and then she clarified on that statement, saying things like, "Let me see if I can find the exact one." Unless she deleted it, which I wouldn't be surprised. Gracie Randolph, come on, Gracie. I think she did end up deleting it, but basically she was like, they invited all the press. They're gonna be, and all the press is there, and they're gonna be told information, and then we're gonna know about it. And then once the event finally happened, she heard DC press event is wrapping up. Seems they brought press out for nothing. One kind of clarification will make some news on Monday. We'll discuss it then. That's apparently it. Which I do think is kind of weird that they just rounded up all these press members for like a secret little, announcement, which is how they've usually done things, right? And it's just like, oh, we're just going to clarify on this one thing. And if you can just let the public know on Monday. That feels like a wasted event. So I don't blame Grace for hyping it up and going like, hey, all the journalists, they're in a room with James Gunn right now and they're being told stuff. And then just to find out, actually, they're just getting clarified on one story. It could end up being a clarification on the Daniel Craig Sergeant Rock movie, a clarification on Clayface. We have no idea. It sounds like it's going to be small, but okay, that's fine. And then I know y'all want to get to the Zack Snyder thing, so we're going to talk about that. Before we get to that, though, I do just want to show off the Green Lanterns have begun filming, and there was a little birthday cake for one of the actors, Kyle Chandler, who is going to be playing our Hal Jordan, got a little birthday cake on the set. I'd like to think this is the official logo or something of the movie, but I'm pretty sure that's just a logo from Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern movie that they found online, and then we're like, just slap that on a cake, which I'm going to tell you doesn't look like an appetizing cake. I see things like this all the time. They literally put just jelly beans around the cake and said, here you go, Kyle. Finish it up in 5 and then do your lines. You gotta give me a better cake than that, buddy. Come on now, man. Is it just me? Hollywood should be doing better. But so there's that going on. A lot of stuff with DC. All right, let's talk about the big one, the big kahuna, right? Zack Snyder. Oh, well, James Gunn over the weekend took a photo with Zack Snyder saying, "Always a pleasure catching up with my friend Zack Snyder, consummate filmmaker and a doubly consummate storyteller." Am I pronouncing consummate right? Y'all gonna have to let me know. I don't think I am. And you know this is gonna shock the world. You know this is gonna send people a buzzing and talking about crazy things. All right, so a couple of things on this. One, I need y'all to understand. I respect James Gunn. I like him. I'm still willing to hear out his DCU. Do I think he's made interesting choices in projects and whatnot and the way he goes about them? Sure. But at the end of the day, I don't dislike any of his movies, so why should I doubt he's going to do a great job with Superman or anything like that? So I'm rooting for him, and I think he's going to do great. On the other flip side, the things I've noticed about James Gunn since he's started taking over DCU, the man is chronically online. And I know, because I'm chronically online. I'm someone, I might not post a lot on Instagram or Twitter or things like that, but dude, just know I am like a shadow and I'm always seeing. Okay, you don't think I read your comments? I read your comments. If you at me on Twitter, TikTok, anywhere, I see it. I might not respond or interact with it, but I see it. And I know, and James Gunn is the same way. We've seen it. The dude is a doom scroller, a doom thing, and he's just constantly replying to fans, reading things, all that things going on. This feels like a calculated James Gunn move. Whether it was a simple, hey, we just have a little meeting, talk to each other, not at all going to mean anything in the overall DCU. I can see Zach being like, all right, well, this was fun, man. I got to get going. I got another meeting. And James going, hey, wait. Can I get a photo with you real quick? Because he knew this would set the internet on fire. I just feel like he has that in him where he just likes to poke the bear. He likes to poke those fans that, are yelling or always complaining about the Snyderverse. So to me, I'm like, I don't even know if this means anything other than James Gunn just wanting to F with the trolls and the people who hate him, because that's what he likes to do, right? But okay, putting that aside of this being maybe like an obvious fun troll, back when we heard he was taking over DC, remember, he had a meeting with everyone still currently in DC. Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot, everybody. And he was like, look, I'm doing a new thing. You're probably not going to play the character you are right now, but if there's something open or something you'd like to do, I'm willing to hear you out. And well, Jason Momoa got to play Lobo. He told him, you're not Aquaman anymore, but if you'd like anything else, maybe we can work it out. And Jason Momoa was probably like, give me Lobo. And he got it. Ben Affleck, I think, was just not interested anymore, so he dipped out and all that. Maybe this is now James's meeting with Zach and going, what are you interested in? What would you like to see happen? What would you want to do? I'm down to hear you out, Zach, because as much as people complain, they have worked in the past. They did that Dawn of the Dead movie together that James Gunn wrote and Zach directed. And there are interviews you can find where James Gunn's like, I like Zack Snyder. I like his Man of Steel. James Gunn is a fan of his Man of Steel movie. The current, rumor, or I guess thing that fans are saying, is that he'll probably end up doing let me see if I can spell it, The Authority. I'm not going to spell it at all, but you guys, Google got me. This was one of the first projects that got announced whenever James Gunn took over DC. Remember, he did that little Slate video, and he said he was going to do The Authority. And it's kind of a mature take on the Justice League, basically like The Boys without all the sexual and blood and stuff. But it's a very mature adult look at like a superhero team and the actual like conflicts that they could face if they were in charge, and whatnot. And we do know the engineer, this Silver Lady, is in the Superman movie. Honestly, that would be perfect for Zack Snyder. That, like, you just describing that, a mature adult dark Justice League. It's kind of what he was trying to do with his own movie. And I mean, he did a great job with Watchmen, at least visually, and that's always what Zach is great at, visually. James Gunn steering him or writing the movie, just like the Dawn of the Dead film, because that's the problem with Zack Snyder. No hate to him, because I think he is a talented, visionary filmmaker. It's his scripts. It's his scripts sometimes, man. I think if someone else wrote Rebel Moon, someone else wrote those other movies he wrote himself, they'd probably be much better movies. No offense, Zach. I'm not a writer either, buddy. So that could be what's happening. Maybe it is, because I'm trying to find the photo. But if you look at the scenery, look at the background, this wood plate and all that, Let me see if I can go to James Gunn's Instagram. James Gunn or actually maybe it's still on this page. There was a photo he posted. I don't even know, like not that long ago. He doesn't post that often, so it should still be here. But he basically posted a photo with the creative team of DC Studios, and if you look at that background, it's the same as the one that just had with Zack Snyder. I'm gonna find it, guys. I know it's here. The guy does not post at least photos that often. He posts replies and whatnot, but James Gunn, come on, come on, come on. Okay, I'm gonna find it. James Gunn team. That should probably pop up. We're gonna find this, guys. If y'all find it or something, let me know or tag me in it at 3C Film and whatnot. But it's the same scenery. Oh, frick, I can't find it. All right, this is why I should have been prepared right before I did that. Team. What would he call it? The team photo? I don't even. I'm trying to think of what term to use to look it up. But anyways, that's what's happening with that. We'll see what comes of it. No way he just showed up to his offices, and like I said, this is where he took the photo with his creative team. So this is a creative room. This isn't like, oh, let's just go get coffee randomly, let's just hang out. No, he came into DC Studios. They talked about something. We're probably not going to find out for months. Let me just see. James Gunn. Let's see, creative heads. Maybe that's where it popped up. He did a whole big old photo. I know someone else. Did y'all tag me on it? Somebody? No? No, just congratulations. Okay. Just seeing if there was tags. All right. Well, that was that for the DC news. Sorry about that anticlimactic. I'll post the update once I find the photo on oh, there's that me. On the Clips channel. So you guys will have it there. Okay. So that's what's going on with DC. We'll see, man. There was definitely people happy and upset. And I even saw this photo turning the Zack Snyder fans. I saw somebody calling this a pathetic move for Zack Snyder if he teams up with James Gunn. And I'm like, dude, how is this going? Like, you could never be happy with anything. I think this is good for Zack and probably is needed because I don't know if Netflix is interested with doing more projects with him again. Because like, I'm not trying to be rude to Zack, not all that, but his Rebel Moon universe is not panning out the way they wanted. I don't think they're gonna move forward. I think Netflix might be like, Zack, we're okay if you don't do anything else. So this will be a good move for Zack. Come back to Warner Brothers, do something there. So we'll see, guys. But all right, y'all let me know and theorize what you think this will lead into. All right, let's move on to our next topics here. Godzilla and Kong 3. We've had so much updates with Godzilla and Kong 3. So kicking things off with some of the new cast members that they've added on to Dangerville. They're great. If you guys don't follow them on YouTube, you probably do if you follow this stuff. They're really good with the MonsterVerse universe. But they have it here. Godzilla and Kong begins shooting this July, so this summer in Utah, USA, Queensland, Australia, Queensland. Has been the prime filming location since Skull Island. But what do you think? Great landscapes. You can obviously see how these will be areas that'll be used for the MonsterVerse and whatnot. I kind of want more battles, though, in an open field. I know destroying a city is just common in monster movies, but I am one of those losers who sits there and go, that's a lot of destruction. That's gonna pay, the taxpayer's gonna have to pay a lot of money for that. And there's someone in that building. They just killed somebody. I don't know if I can clap for these hairy cheeks while he's clapping them people. Something has to be done about this. So, just have them fight more in the desert and open landscapes. That way I don't have to be, having that little nitpick in my head. But that's something dumb to talk about. Or maybe it'll be a plot point in the movie. All right, some casting updates, though. Love this one. Delroy Lindo has been cast in Godzilla and Kong 3. Super talented actor. Gives really solid performances. There was this Netflix movie he did. I forget the name of it. I think it was a Spike Lee Jones movie. Dude's very talented. Super excited to see him in it. He's a good addition. I am wondering what he'll play. I don't think the articles really gave into much insight to what he will be doing. Let me see. Plot details from the David Callahan writing script are being kept under Earth's crust, but Legendary has said that the story will feature several new human characters alongside the beloved and iconic titans Godzilla and Kong as they face off against the dude, I dude, I cannot pronounce that. Cataclysmic world-ending threat. Um, okay, that's fine with me. I would have liked some more sources, but dude, something like that, it gotta be Space Godzilla Destroyer, man. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. All right, so we have him, and then they added on. Let me see if I can find the other cast member. Because the only one I think that is returning so far is Dan Stevens. We still don't know if the little girl will be coming in. Most of the people are new. It would be kind of suck, but they would save money. And then we have Jack O'Connell in the human cast. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a lot of people that just end up dying and not coming back. Dude, Jet Jaguar better be coming. I agree. I'm telling you, this time I was trying to hit Jet Jaguar, and then as I hit it, someone typed in Dunussi. Just for everything, dude. What? No way. You're lying. Do not. You're lying. No way he did. Sorry, I gotta check that. Someone just said Jason Blum congratulated me on my engagement. There's no way Jason Blum even knows who I am. I'm gonna check. If you're lying right now, you're banned. You're banned for life. You're banned, and you're never coming back, buddy. He did not, you liar. I can't believe I fell for that. There is no Jason Blum congratulations, but hey, Jason, put me in some Five Nights of Denussy or something. Oh, you got me there. Stopping the stream just for that, buddy. Anyways, I like this. Really talented people are coming in. Dude, with the movie now coming out this summer, we're going to be getting so much, dude. Summer is going to be a crazy time. So many big movies are going to start filming around there. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which is technically has already started filming, but it's going to continue filming during the summer. Avengers Doomsday, which they just showed off. I think some people are already, that's crazy that they did this, have the, whatchamacallit, set photos from Doomsday. Nothing major, but it's like, there you go. They literally are building and starting construction on the sets and stuff for Doomsday. In there, things are going to be happening that we'll find out about. And now the MonsterVerse movies. You got to remember, there was set videos whenever Godzilla and Kong New Empire were filming of like people in Rio just running in the beach. And we're like, I wonder what that's going to be about. Wonder what's going to happen there. And then we finally found out when we saw the movie. So this is awesome. I can't wait for more Godzilla and Kong updates. I'd like to see more returning cast members, especially the little girl who has a connection with Kong. She's a must. If you can't bring any of the cast members, you gotta bring her in. But then also she has like a motherly relationship with the female lead from the last movie. It's like you gotta bring her in too. So not just Dan. I love Dan Stevens. Happy he's coming back. And then what about Brian Tyree Henry? I guess it's just too many returning people, and they're trying to save money and have mainly new people. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It was Australia. Oh, my bad. It was Australia. I thought it was Brazil. That was Australia. Oh, it was, maybe that's where they were filming it, but then in the movie it turned out to be Rio. I don't know. Rebecca Hall, thank you. I like how you guys know I'm blanking out on actors' names by saying things like, yeah, the female lead, the woman actress who starred in Godzilla New Ep. I'm not slick at all. Do we want Millie Bobby Brown back? I see people, we need Millie Bobby Brown back. I wouldn't mind her. I think she'd cost a pretty penny though, unfortunately, but I guess if this is going to be the last one, it would be good to have her back. If this, especially some more Godzilla cast members from those Godzilla movies. But I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. All right. Let's move on now to the next topic here. Let's see what I got going on. Our first look at Scream 7. So, got kind of a lot of updates on Scream 7 here. Putting all the drama and stuff aside, I'm trying to look at the positives and fun of this movie. And well, we got this set video of what appears to be like a restaurant or some sort of street where Ghostface is gonna be walking around, dude. And again, I'm a Scream fan. I love this franchise. It makes me so frustratingly mad. The drama, well, the things that Spyglass have done to tainted it. But in my heart of hearts, when I see Ghostface filming a new Scream movie, there's a part of me as a kid that's like, oh, dude, this is exciting, dude. Because I just remember being 10 and watching Scream 2 and being just so glued. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? So I cannot be like happy to just to see Ghostface and whatnot. Now, there was a closer photo. Here we go. That was taken. It's kind of hard to tell, but he's right there, Mr. Ghostface himself. No photos, no photos. But I can't tell if that's an age mask or a regular mask. You know, with them doing the whole Stu thing, because now it's confirmed. Matthew Lillard, Stu is coming back in this movie. Um, is would they do the whatchamacallit, the weathered mask like in Scream 6? Or are they gonna go back to the regular white mask? It might be the lighting, because you can see there's a lot of orange lighting going around, and if it's a white mask, that orange lighting is obviously gonna reflect. But I don't know. To me, it looks a little aged. It looks a little aged, like it could be that. And that someone said, "God damn, bro, you're old." I didn't watch Scream 2 at 10 years old when it came out. Okay, I was. Let me see. When did Scream 2 come out? Jesus, I have to defend myself here a little bit. Scream 2. So you can. I'll tell you how old I was when it came out, though. I didn't watch it then. I watched it later. 90. I was 2 years old when Scream 2 came out, and I didn't watch it until I was 10. So 8 years later. Anyways, back to this though. Um, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna use the weather. It would make sense if they do, because it looks like this movie's gonna play a lot on Sydney being haunted or tormented by the old killers, whether it's Roman Bridges from Scream 3, because that's also been confirmed, or Stu from the first Scream movie. Now, there was other updates involved with Scream 7 where I don't know how to take it. It could go one way or another, and this is me again talking as a fan, not as someone just trying to hate and destroy this movie with everything that's going on, because I'm rooting for Kevin Williamson and Nev Campbell, and that's what's like giving me the hope with this movie. We got a report that said Scream 7 will reportedly have AI, deep fake technology, and past killers play a significant role in the part. I like the part of this where it says the past killers will play a significant role in the movie. I like that. Okay, that's good, because I think it was a real missed opportunity in Scream 6 not to do that with Sydney, because that had a whole museum dedicated to props and stuff that would have triggered Sydney if she walked through that museum. But of course, again, because Spyglass is a crappy company, they didn't want to pay Sydney what she's worth. But now, because it's their only option, they have to, and here we are. Anyways, with that, it's like, okay, so now Sydney's gonna be able to have her moment again where she's going through the list of killers that actually tormented her, uh, and do that. The part that scares me is the AI thing, man. Like, I just really hate when I see AI in a movie. I talked about that recent Mark Wahlberg movie, Flight Risk, where he's bald and all that. The first shot of that movie, literally the first thing you see, is an AI video of a motel, and it just was gross, dude. Not even for like the no, it just looks lazy and dumb and makes you feel like there is no effort put into it. Like, if you're gonna put as little effort into something I paid a ticket to go out and see, I don't want to watch that. That's just me. That's just me. I hate AI stuff like that. The deep fake technology, I don't mind as much. I still hate deepfakes when it's used for nefarious, evil purposes. But a deepfake in a movie, okay, that could be interesting. How would that go down? And maybe if it's also just like a situation where they don't actually use AI, but then they say the killers are using it, I could be down with that. I could be good, because we do live in that world now. I don't know if you guys follow the news. There's been scams where like people find a way to replicate family members' voices, and they're like, "Hey, I just been kidnapped. You need to send $2,000 to this person or whatever." Those are real scams that are happening right now, and the people on the phone get so convinced because it sounds just like their mom or their sister or whoever, and people have fallen for that. So I guess I can't hate on it too much when stuff like this is actually happening. So to implement in a Scream movie, that is what Scream should do, right? Is stay with the times, get relevant, and throw in new stuff. And AI has become a thing that bad people can abuse to do nasty things. Yeah. But I really hope whenever I see Stu or Roman, it's not like deep fake AI videos of them, because then I'm just gonna be like, that's weird. That's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think like my theory of what could be the thing. Yeah, see, like the Scream 3 voice changer. I remember people hated the Scream 3 voice changer. Now it's literally a real thing you can do. It's a real thing. It's not gonna sound as perfect as it did in Scream 3, but it's getting there. It's getting there. But I think what could happen, so like this situation we were just seeing, right, of the Ghostface walking about, say this, because there was a rumor that Sydney is gonna own a restaurant or a bar. And it looks like that's what's happening here. There's a restaurant or a bar there. Let's say Ghostface attacks one of her employees and she's got cameras there because Sydney's all about security and protection, right? And well, let's say Ghostface takes off his mask after he's done killing an employee, looks at the camera and smiles. If the killer got a hold of that footage before Sydney got to it, he could do his little deep fake technology thing and put in Stu's face on top of that ghost face. And that would probably freak the heck out of Sydney if she sees who the killer is right there with the mask off and it ends up being Stu's face. She's going to go, what the heck? He's supposed to be dead. Like, I don't know. I could see something like that happening or whatnot. And that's how the killer's messing with Sydney and whatnot. But I think also police now have technology to determine whether stuff is deep faked or not. Or I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I'm just spitballing. Or yeah, or a trap. It could be traps, all that. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But it is cool just to see ghost faces out there. They're happening. There are other details, but I don't want to be one of the malicious people that tries to spoil or ruin a movie. Let me double look at this. I don't think it's that whatchamacallit, that's spoilery. It was just kind of giving you an idea of some of the things that will happen in Scream 7. So this is Cinestealth. I follow them. I think they're very reliable and they rarely come out and say news, but lately they've been posting some stuff. So let me bring up what they've been saying about Scream 7. Okay. Just some small stuff. So one, he says Chad definitely isn't in a wheelchair because there was a rumor going around because of all the stabs that Chad got in Scream 6 that he would be in a wheelchair or something. But he's saying Chad isn't going to be in a wheelchair. He has a new job and a new girlfriend. Oh, so Chad ended up not making it work with Tara. Which obviously was unfortunately going to happen with Jenna Ortega not coming back and probably will never come back with as long as Spyglass owns the property. So they're like, well, guess we got to break them up. But also, if we put the drama aside and we're not trying to see behind the scene reasons why things are happening, this Scream franchise tries to mirror what the previous Scream movies did. So I think Chad and Tara were supposed to be the new Dewey and Gale. And what would happen between every sequel with that? They'd break up. They'd be together this movie. Next movie, they're broken up. Then they'd go back together. Then they're broken up. They'd be married. They'd get divorced. So it looks like maybe that's what they were trying to set up here with them. They were the new Dewey and Gale. Because again, Chad gets stabbed every movie and survives, just like Dewey did in the first 3 Scream movies. Always got attacked, always ended up surviving. So Chad was the Dewey of the new Scream movies. So I'm like, okay, as far as the franchise goes, I guess that kind of makes sense, but it still sucks that he got a new girlfriend, dude. You fumbled Jenna Ortega? Might as well let Ghostface stab you, am I right? Okay. The guts there. Okay, so this is where I was like, okay, if this is true, that would be crazy. There was rumors that there is going to be a guts kill and that somebody would be hung by their own intestine. That right there is a detail that does excite me because, dude, I want to see some new stuff in Scream. I want to see things get more refreshing. Ghostface with the shotgun, dude, that was awesome. I'm like, we'd never seen him with the shotgun. He's never done anything like that. That's the stuff I needed more of in this series. New things, not just repeating or paying homages. And that was one of my favorite moments in the latest Scream movie. Something like that would be kind of insane. But he's saying not merely strangled, very gross if true. Which again, we don't know if it's true, but a kill like that would be awesome. And dude, that's like Terrifier NC-17 unrated stuff. So I wonder how that would even look in the movie with an R-rated version. There's a rumored head trauma kill and a rumored kill involving a broken beer bottle, which probably makes sense with that one set photo of him at a restaurant. or a bar, if that is. He's there attacking somebody, breaks a beer bottle, and I can see Ghostface doing that. Yeah, there was also another rumor. I don't remember who the poster was, that there's going to be a car chase scene. I'm like, okay, we haven't really had a car chase scene since Scream 2 in the college, which, if you call that a car chase scene, it was just more Ghostface making a car end up crashing. But that would be new for the franchise. That would be new. So, hey, some positive things about this series. We'll see how it goes. I definitely feel like Kevin Williamson is trying his best to give the fans something new and refreshing. And it sucks that when he's finally given this opportunity, the company involved has to, have so much negativity involved with it. All right. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what ends up happening. All right. Moving on now to the next piece of news. Marvel baby. So we got this update that Marvel has delayed, or I say paused. They paused. Marvel paused a couple of Disney Plus shows up and coming for a good reason. And uh we finally might be fixing the Plus problem, because Disney Plus has been the thing that has unfortunately been ruining Marvel, in my opinion, making it so much more saturated, so much more homework to keep up with. Right now I'm trying to look up, because I know Daniel RPK gave some more specific details about why some of these shows were taken down. So let me see if I can pop this up. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Okay, so the shows that got paused was Nova, Terror Inc., Strange Academy, and was expected to focus on Wong. So I'm going to tell you the details of what each one of this show is. And pause doesn't mean canceled. I think this is going to be part of the Secret Wars soft reboot. I think right now Kevin Feige is just racing to get Secret Wars done and over with, so we can have a one connected whole universe, and all this multiverse and mess and things going on can be done with. So this is probably going to be stuff we'll see after Secret Wars. Now, here we go. I got some details about this. So we were being told, I have a few details on what was in store for these shows. For Nova, so let's start off with Nova. This is coming from Daniel RPK from his Patreon. The show was set to be helmed by Ed Bernero, known for his work on Criminal Minds, and would have followed Richard Ryer in the aftermath of Thanos obliterating Xandar. The story thrust Ryder into the role of rebuilding the Nova Corps just as Annihilus and the Annihilation Wave were invading. Threatening to take over the universe, Ryder would lead a squad of fellow Novas, including Sam Alexander and a handful of original characters in their 20s. The team behind the show had their sights set for a major name like Austin Butler, Glenn Close, John C. Reilly were slated to return as the Guardians of the Galaxy characters. Dude, they had set up Nova a long time ago. If you guys remember in Guardians, which I can't even spell right now, but the Guardians, one was there with John C. Reilly. There we go. He's right here. John C. Reilly, part of member of the Nova Corps. And it happened off screen, which is like the origin of Nova, where all the Novas get killed. And there was a line, I think it was in Infinity War, where like, oh, Thanos went to Xandar and got the stones, meaning he got there and killed everybody in his way to get those stones. So like it literally happened off screen almost like, what, 6 years ago now? And we still have not seen the payoff of that setup for Nova. And we're going to have to end up keep waiting for that. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. The Strange Academy show, I think, was probably something I was like, dang, that would have been awesome to see. So Strange Academy, the show was set to be helmed by Amy Rardin, who did Echo. Okay, maybe it wouldn't have been that awesome, but still, hear this out. This one had Wong stepping up as the head of Wizarding School in New Orleans. The show would have centered on his efforts to train a new generation of sorcerers, including America Chavez and Zelma Stanton. It was described as Marvel's answer to Harry Potter and Wednesday. Okay, I would have watched that. That actually sounded awesome, and it was perfectly set up at the end of Multiverse of Madness. I don't know if you guys remember America Chavez, played by the adorable which is her name, Sochi? I forgot how to pronounce it. Sochi Gomez. she at the end of that movie is like training in the sorcerer school, trying to do her things, get a hone in on her magic and her powers and whatnot. And I don't even know when we'll ever see this character again. Is she going to be the thing that helps us travel to different planets in Doomsday or Secret Wars? I mean, she can open those portals, so hopefully. And the show would have probably explained how she's mastered that power. So then by the time we saw her in Doomsday or Secret Wars, we're ready to go. But that would have been a cool show. Wong as the lead, as a teacher in a school full of magicians. Like they said, it would have been Harry Potter meets Wednesday. I think that would have been pretty nice. That actually would have been awesome to see. Hopefully, it still ends up happening because even though these are paused and could happen in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if they just end up disappearing and they don't end up going through. So, yeah, especially if like Wong dies in Doomsday or Secret Wars, which I think is a possibility because right now this guy is the Sorcerer Supreme. How's the only other way for Doctor Strange to become the Sorcerer Supreme? This guy has to die. Doomsday Secret Wars could be the end of Wong, and then we don't get that show. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Then this Terror Inc., which unfortunately I have never heard about this or understood what that was, but we have details here thanks to Daniel RPK. He said here, Terror Inc., finally, the show was set to be helmed by Peter Cameron, who did Carnival Row and WandaVision, and was shaping up to be something entirely different. Like the comics it's based on, the series would have followed Terror, an immortal anti-hero who gains abilities by grifting the limbs of others onto himself. Oh, it was pitched as a full-on horror show for mature audiences. Word is Terror was also slated to join the Midnight Suns film when that was in development. So why the pause? Marvel is taking a different approach now. They won't greenlight a series until they see a pilot they're satisfied with. They also want to focus on grounded and cheaper shows. Okay, couple of things on that. I should have read that paragraph last. But anyways, I'd never heard of this character, but that sounded kind of cool. And anything in the horror realm and mature, which is what Marvel is now okay with doing, because there was a time they would, like, remember when they branded Moon Knight as the most adult and mature Disney Plus show, and you watch it and you go, I saw like 2 ounces of blood, buddy. That was nothing. And now you're looking at the trailers for Daredevil and all that, and you're like, oh, they're actually willing to now do some adult stuff, finally. So that would have actually have been cool, and that would have been a nice show. But I like the part of the end of why these shows are being paused and why Marvel is taking a step back. For the longest time, Marvel was not making their Disney Plus shows like a regular TV show. It seemed to me like Marvel had ideas for movies, and then they're like, cut that up into 6 pieces and let's make that a show, which I think is terrible television. No offense. No. If this was supposed to be a movie, make it a movie. Don't just cut it up into 6 pieces and whatnot. Instead, they're doing the traditional TV thing where they're like, we have this idea. Let's see if it works out. Make a pilot. And that's what you do in TV world. You make a pilot. You see if this can actually be something. And sometimes when you see a pilot, you realize, no, that's not going to be a good show. Let's not move forward with that and waste our money. Or that's a great idea. Let's move forward with that. So they're headed now into more of a direction where they're going to do things traditionally. And heck, we've seen that lately because now they have showrunners. They didn't used to have showrunners. They used to just have directors and a writing team. Now they're finally moving into the direction of like, let's make these TV shows like actual TV shows. And so, yeah, that might end up being good for them. We'll see what happens. I'm still of the camp that if tomorrow they announced we're done making TV shows for Marvel, I'm happy with that. You could still make the animated stuff. But this, I don't know, man. I don't know. So anyways, that's what's happening here. We'll see what happens after Secret Wars and if these things end up coming to fruition. All right. Since we're on Marvel, excuse me. This post-credit scene. All right, Captain America Brave New World has been out for a while now. Hopefully, y'all have seen it by now because we are going to talk spoilers about the post-credit scene of this movie. The director himself is openly talking about it in interviews. So with that, I'm going to openly talk about it here in this video. Just a bit of warning there if you were still someone waiting. If you saw my spoiler review, you will know I hated the post-credit scene for Captain America Brave New World, and that's because it made no sense. Okay, the post-credit scene was the leader, who was the villain of the whole movie and is like the super intelligent Hulk villain in a Captain America film, his whole plan throughout the movie is to like do this political assassination on the president by turning him into the Red Hulk, revealing to the world, his shady doings and that he hasn't changed, and creating all this, like basically just doing such grounded street level evil stuff. And even part of his plan was to turn himself in and go to prison. Crazy. And the post credit scene was him talking to Sam Wilson, going, "You don't know? The others are coming. I've seen it. And what are you gonna do when they basically he's hinting at the multiverse and these other worlds, incursions, and I'm like, nothing about what you did during this movie let me know you were on the track of thinking about the multiverse. You were making pills for half the movie, buddy." It was just terrible. It was Sony level bad in my opinion. Well, even with that, people were defending the post-credit scene. You go into the comments section of my spoiler review, they're like, "Chris, you're overreacting. It is a good tease. It's setting up Secret Wars and Doomsday, the incursions, and these heroes fighting with each other. Well, he's a smart guy. He can figure it out." I saw one comment today where he's like, "I think somebody from another world probably visited him in prison and told him, so that's why." That makes sense to you? That's your justification? Well, here, now to prove everybody wrong, nobody understood what the post-credit scene was because the director has finally talked about what it means, and I am flabbergasted. So, we got revealed here. Let me see if I can find. Okay, we got revealed here in an interview from the director, said the Illuminati were going to appear in Captain America Brave New World. At one point, they are not at one point, but they are now teased in the post-credit scene instead. Let's just say things are purposely left vague in the post-credit scene for a reason. Basically, he revealed the thing that the leader was teasing and talking about in the post-credit scene were the Illuminati. Those were the ones who are coming, the others. That is what he was referring to. Boy, who in the world connected those dots? Left vague on purpose because you're making it up as you go along. Left vague on purpose because if you change your mind, you can say it was this or that. That is awful, man. That is so... Nobody was thinking that. People were like, it was probably meant for Kang at one point. And now people were like, it's just meant for the worlds colliding. Nobody, not one individual was teasing the Illuminati. Teasing the Okay, if you guys still don't remember, the Illuminati that we saw was in Multiverse a Madness with whatchamacallit. Well, I gotta type in Doctor Strange, or else they're gonna show me the comics version. Doctor Strange met another Earth's Illuminati, which is like a council of superheroes that make the big decisions for the world they live in. Reed represented the Fantastic Four, Captain Marvel represented the Cosmos, um, Agent Carter or Captain Carter represented the Avengers, and we had was it Black Bolt is his name, represented the Inhumans, and then you had whatchamacallit, Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier representing the X-Men. But these were the head leaders, and they made the decisions for the world and made those big moves. Okay, I don't know where this was then going in Captain America Brave New World, because it's not just that they said here they were going to be in the movie at one point. But I don't know if they were going to be our MCU Illuminati or the new Illuminati of the world they killed. Because remember, Wanda wiped these fools out. And I said the day that movie came out, that sets up perfectly a reason for that Earth to want to fight us. Because someone from our universe came in, killed their leaders, and we just dipped out like it was a happy ending. Do not forget, that is what happened in Multiverse of Madness. We came in, we killed, and we left and said, the end. Nah, son, there's 3 members of the Fantastic Four that are going to be pissed. There's 100 X-Men that are going to be pissed. Avengers, all these people, they're not just going to let that slide. They're out there in their universe figuring out, How do we get to back to them and make them pay for what they did? And I was like, dude, that's the perfect setup. So that we can fight them whenever the time comes. And we never got back to that. It just kind of happened and went away. So maybe they were gonna show up to Sam and be like, you're gonna face what you did, and it's happening now. That would have been a much better post-credit scene. It's like Sam at his like little base in the Cap America outfit training, portal or something opens up, and it's heroes from another world going, it's time to pay for what you did. Dude, that would have got me hyped up, and it would have tied in to multiverse. But no. If not, then no, it's supposed to be our version of the Illuminati that's maybe been building, and they were maybe trying to recruit Sam Wilson because he's supposed to be the leader of the Avengers now. So they need the leader of the Avengers to be part of the Illuminati because the Illuminati is built up of the leaders of different groups. So maybe they were going to recruit him at one point, and it was going to be our Earth's Illuminati. But, I don't know. That could have worked. I just still think it's so funny that this was supposed to be part of the movie, or that's what the post-credit scene actually meant. Because nobody guessed that, man. And again, I don't hate that movie. I enjoyed it. I think it had some really strong moments. Love Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson. But when it was a mess, it was a mess. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, they forgot. The 7th Illuminati member was not there. Who was that supposed to be? We did never find that out. So there is probably supposed to be Superior Iron Man. Ooh. What if that's the origin for Doctor Doom? He goes evil and is like, now we got to kill these fools. Superior Iron Man becomes Doctor Doom. I'm just spitballing here. Yeah, we needed a Black Panther too, but anyway, that would have been such a better one. I thought it was teasing Battle. Yeah, we all thought that, man. We'll see what happens though, but there you go. The post-credit scene for Captain America Brave New World finally explained. Crazy that everybody was so off by what they were teasing or what they meant, man. There you go. All right, let's see what else we got to talk about on the list. Well, final topic before we get into viewer questions. The finale of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has now happened. Man, what a journey this has been. I think I'm just going to keep it. I'm not going to keep it spoiler free. Hopefully you have seen it. I'm just going to openly talk about what my thoughts of the show were and what they're setting up for season 2, because we have gotten our first looks of Gwen Stacy and what they're going to do and my worries with that. But again, just to preface, some of my thoughts on this is I did not want this show. After I was so interested when I thought it was a Tom Holland origin story and we're going to see the first couple of years of him as Spider-Man. But then when it shifted to something else and it was just going to mirror the MCU, I was like, that's the point. Just do something entirely new then at that moment. And then we saw the first videos, the animation, the look of it. The Marvel announced this thing 4 years ago and waited like 2 weeks before to drop a trailer. I was like, this thing is going to be a disaster. I was wrong. I was extremely off. The show, start to finish, was very pleasant and pretty surprising. It had its moments where it dipped, and I'm not going to be on the train saying it's better than Spectacular or the 90s Spider-Man series. But it is willing to be up there. It could be up there if it continues on with this interesting pace. Starting off, the Uncle Ben stuff, the focusing on Spider-Man and his struggles, things that the MCU felt like they were allergic to, man. Like, I don't want to always hate on Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but they made it so easy to hate on the simplest things. They could never get right the importance of Uncle Ben to Spider-Man, his need for responsibility, his juggling, his personal life with his crime-fighting life. And then I so much more preferred the relationship between Norman Osborn and Peter than Tony Stark and Peter. Because although we like that and it works well, Tony Stark did take advantage of Peter Parker. The first time he met him, he's like, I want you because you'd be a strong member of my team. By the way, you have to register and reveal your identity to the government, and now you work for me. I don't know, man. This kid was a teenager. And Tony just came in and took advantage. They never played that relationship like that in the movies, of course. They kept it very mentory and family friendly, which is probably for the best. But I like how the Norman Osborn relationship, you see the taken advantage of. You see how that guy was just using Spider-Man, doing nefarious things behind the scene as a CEO would. And I thought that made for some really compelling stuff. Tombstone, again, another great thing. The supporting characters were interesting. I was getting hesitant with Nico because she was doing that stereotypical thing of, I'm mad you're a superhero and it's affecting me. I don't care if you're saving lives. I'm upset. They always end up doing stuff like that in superhero shows where they're mad a superhero is being a superhero. But I think in the like second to last episode, she's like, I have no reason to be mad. You're saving people. I was just kind of hurt by it, but we can move past that. Love that they did that. Harry as a character, I'm still up and down on. Not that I hate him. I could see where they're maybe going, but I wasn't feeling him all that much. Um, the thing I love though is the brutalness of the show. When we got to the scenes involving Scorpion and the fights between Spider-Man and Scorpion, whoa! Dude, the MCU, when you finally decide to pay off that post-credit scene with freaking Matt Cargan, you have competition. You have some shoes to fill because that was awesome. That's when the animation was really starting to shine and the movements and the fight scenes, those were actually awesome. The swinging scenes, fantastic in this compared to the MCU. But when Spider-Man first fought the Scorpion, dude, he got his butt whooped. He got stabbed, and you see the fear and scaredness in Peter. And I love that because it reminds you he's just a kid. He's trying, and he's a kid. That scene where he had the earpiece and he's trying to tell Norman, "Help me, help me," and Norman just has the earpiece on the table, ignoring him. I was sad. And then that pays off later when he's finally on his own and has the suit, which I think the suit looks great. And he's scared to fight Scorpion. He's nervous, and he finds it in him and gets it. That was just awesome. Loved everything involved with Scorpion there. Um, and then the thing that redeemed itself. Thoughts on Doc Ock. You're right. Let me talk about Doc Ock before I get to the last two episodes. Doc Ock was great. Well, the stuff they do there with Doc Ock, where he's a genius, and he tried working with Norman, but Norman, he was smart enough to see, dude's just taking my inventions, giving himself credit, upping himself, and I'm getting nothing from this relationship. I'm a step back, make my own way. And so Doc Ock was like selling tech to just street level thugs for money and recognition. Didn't work out for him, but I did like that story. I thought that was awesome. And that interaction they have in the prison where Norman's trying to one up on him and be like, oh, you ended up here. Interesting. Well, my company's doing great. I'm doing well. Nah, Doc Ock got him back. He's like, whatever you do, I'll still be 1,000 of whatever you are. I was like, damn, this boy, the Doc Ock's good. I can't wait to see him come back. But anyways, they redeemed himself in the one thing I really hated about the show in the beginning was the way Peter got his spider powers. I did not love the idea from the trailers in the first episode that Peter got his powers from what looked like a Doctor Strange from a multiverse world, and then an alien, whatchamacallit, symbiote, and then a spider randomly came out. And I'm like, this is such a weird, exaggerated way to go through the origin. Why are we overcomplicating it? What's wrong with him just going to like a museum or a science place and accidentally getting bit? It's like the easiest thing you can do. But dude, they saved it at the end. At the end, you find out it was a time loop thing. It was a meant to happen because we see that Norman is trying to take advantage of Peter, took his blood, trying to replicate the Spider-Man powers, and through that, Spider-Man's own blood and DNA created the spider that would then eventually bite him through a time-traveling Doctor Strange port. I love that. I actually ended up loving that. I thought I was like, I hated it, but by the last episode, I was like, oh, I kind of love that. That's actually cool how they looped that in there, and it set up so many great things. I love also, you talk about the Iron Man cameo. I love that the other heroes are just in the background. We'll see how it happens in season 2 or 3, but I love how Iron Man shows up, does what he needs to, gone. Don't need to team up. Don't need to steal the spotlight. This is Spider-Man's show. Captain America in a little photo. Done. I'm loving that. The Daredevil fight scene. Dude, I didn't even talk about that. Great fight scene. Charlie Cox did good in that. And oh, just like things like that as a spot, it's like makes me happy and excited. I'm like, why can't we see some of that in live action, man? Can we get this team on the live action side? But okay, let's talk about some of the things they're setting up that I'm still a little worried on. So they're definitely setting, well, let's talk about it here. They have Gwen Stacy. And I was excited because I was like, we have Gwen Stacy coming in to the next season like that. And I saw this photo first and I was like, oh, great. We could do so much stuff like that. We don't even have a Gwen Stacy in the MCU. Let's go. What's that gonna be? And then the next photo, I was like, ah. So we're going into that. My monkey just fell. The monkey popcorn bucket is down. I'll get it up in a second. And he's still good though, guys. He's still good. Um, but I was like, dude, already going into Spider-Gwen. I don't have anything against Spider-Gwen. I like her as a character and what they've done. But as a Spider-Man fan, I'm starting to get scared that we are moving into territory where Spider-Man is now only interesting when he's a Spider-Verse character or he has multiple Spider people attached to him. And I don't want that. Like, even for Miles Morales, I love the Spider-Verse movies. I think they're fantastic. But if we ever get a point to making solo Miles Morales movies, either in animated or in live action form, Miles is interesting enough not to have the multiverse part of his story. He can just have stories on his own without the multiverse, right? And so when I see stuff like this, I'm like, oh, we're really leaning to Spider-Man just being a multiverse, big cosmic level things where I'm like, this guy's a street hero. He protects little grannies and stops bank robbers and whatnot. Like, are we forgetting that about the character? You know, and like there's scenes in Friendly Neighborhood where he's stopping muggers, stopping car thieves, and I love those moments. And when I see stuff like this, I'm like, we're leaning away from that. But anyways, we'll see. Again, I'm complaining and saying I hate it, but they could prove me wrong, just like with the way they did the origin and when the way they did this show, when I was like, they're not going the right direction. Obviously, people pointed out she's holding a pumpkin bomb, it looks like here. And we did see the spider that bit Peter in the first episode got away. It went on someone else's backpack that we didn't see, and it's there. Now we know who that spider ended up biting, Gwen Stacy. And it looks like she's smart, so she could probably get an internship at Oscorp the way there's other interns currently working on projects there. Then Norman's going to find out she has spider abilities and want to take advantage of her and start using her for things that Norman wants to do and pin them against each other, which could be interesting. I just don't know if that's what I would really want to see, but hey, it's maybe it could happen. It's a new tech. It's a new take. Other than that though, like I said, really great, really solid. I'm excited for season 2. I'm pleasantly happy with it. If I really had to give it scale of 1 to 10, like 8.5. 8.5 for me. Scale on that scale. I will say there's some episodes that felt a little slow or I didn't know where it was going. And it is making me nervous now that they're gonna give Nico powers. We have set up Tombstone, which is awesome. But it's just other things like that where I'm like, and oh dude, I don't even know who that girl is that Daredevil teamed up with. I'm not gonna pretend like these guys and just quickly Google her and then read her biography and go, oh yeah, I've read her comic. She shows up in issue 11. Come on, guys, you should know this. Can anybody write? Oh, dude, yes, that too. I got to talk about that. Peter's dead. But does anybody know who that girl is? Is that Black Cat? Is that who it's supposed to be? Oh, okay, then I do know who Black Cat is. But would that did they say Felicia? I didn't. Oh, it's Echo. Is that Echo? No, because Echo is what you call it? I don't want to say a cripple, but right or no? Nobody knows? Someone said finesse? No finesse. No, let's see. I don't know who it. Okay, finesse. I have to Google her. Let's find out who she is right now. Oh, that's why I did see people tweeting photos of this comic character. I'm like, why is everyone interested in this comic character all of a sudden? Okay, so she's supposed to be the child of Taskmaster and Magneto. And it's things like that where I'm like, what's wrong with Spider-Man's classic characters? What's wrong with a Harry, a Gwen Stacy, a Flash Thompson, Betty Brant? What's wrong with those people? Why are we digging into the library of Nico, the daughter of Taskmaster and Magneto, and I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just like, what why do they got to do that? But whatever. It could end up being cool and whatnot. I saw her and I was like, who that? Who that be? Last thing, you're right. Peter's dad. That was an interesting twist, and I'm curious to see where that goes and what that will mean for the universe. Peter's dad been in prison for a long time then. What, Peter's like 16, so he's been in prison for at least 15 years. I'm curious if they're going to go with the Shield route, because I know there's some comic iterations where Peter's parents were Shield agents. Was he a scientist that was trying to reveal and expose secrets? Did he used to work for Norman at one point and was going to expose them, and Norman ended up freaking getting him in prison or something like that? It was voiced by Josh Keaton too. Voice of Spectacular Spider-Man. Yes, that was awesome. Very nice touch. Oh yeah, and the Watcher. I didn't even know if the Watcher meant anything. I'm just like, bro, what you watching us for? Get out of here. I'm watching. I'm the Watcher. If you think about it, you're the Watcher when you watch stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Deep stuff, guys. Deep stuff. All in all, fantastic. They set up the symbiote also. Like the way they did that. Good stuff, man. Actually, really good stuff. Can't wait to see what they do for season 2. But I got my hesitations and I got my worries. We'll see if they end up surprising me. All right. That was it for the main topics, my boys and gals. Now it's time for you to tell me what to talk about, and we'll get into all of that here. So let's get in. Let's see here. Let's get into some of this stuff. Oh, really? This got to be the first question? Come on now. Let me get to... You know what? That's why the monkey fell. I had him too much on the edge. Monkey? Stop edging, monkey. There we go. Right there. That movie's so... dude, this thing is so cool. I love that popcorn buckets are a thing now, man. We would never get a popcorn bucket for a freaking random neon movie. All right. Your top 10 favorite Kendrick songs. I'll tell you 10 Kendrick songs I know and like. I don't know if I can put them in order, but I like Humble. I like Loyalty. I like the Love. That one. The like 2 songs he did for the Black Panther album. Those are really good. Not Like Us. I still A minor. I like the newest one he did. What was it? Gobble. What was it? Squabble Up. That whatever that one's called. Squabble Up. That's 7. I can give you 7. Good. All right, top 5 favorite characters. Mine are Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Optimus Prime, and Anakin Vader. Okay, just like fictional characters of all time. Number 1, Spider-Man. Number 2 is probably Dick Grayson, Robin, Nightwing. Like of all time, dude, that's Marty McFly. Just love Marty McFly. I think dude's just a perfect character in my opinion. I love Marty. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like other like... My mind wants to go either to like Rocky, Indiana Jones. That's a tough one though. I don't want to take up spaces if I don't want to like for sure give them that spotlight. Who else? Like people like I look up to or that I wish I was. That I guess Rocky. Rocky's pretty cool. Like but that Indiana Jones is also cool. RoboCop, dang. A lot of great people on the... Oh, I gotta throw in a horror character, so I'm gonna go Freddy Krueger. 5. There we go. You have to pit a superhero against a horror villain. Who's winning? Who is the superhero and who is the horror villain? Dang, y'all came out with some good questions today. I like this. Not the regular. So what'd you do today, crew? What'd you do today? Have to pit a superhero against a horror villain. Who's willing? Who is the superhero and who is the horror villain? Oh, really? You know, I would love to see Batman versus Art the Clown. Because that's a real Joker. Dude, he's used to, you know, freaking regular Joker and whatnot. Let's see him go up against Art the Clown. I think Batman winning. But Art gonna scare him a little bit. Congratulations on the engagement, Chris. Thank you. Do you plan on inviting all your subs to the wedding? Can you imagine? All right, guys, real quick in the chat. Let me know if you want chicken or fish for the wedding. All right. Shampoo Max wants chicken. Max Ennis wants fish. Zachary Torres says any vegetarian options. Yeah, you were all uninvited. Those were real names in the chat I just did. It's people right now saying chicken or fish. Thanks, guys. Y'all are funny. Just like in Step Brothers. I said I didn't want chicken. I said it 4 times. I'm not calling him dad. Even if there's a fire. Oh, wait, there was a super chat. Okay. Congratulations on your engagement. It brought me so much joy to see you do it. Anyways, can you do a quick review of The Gorge and Reacher season 3? Is Reacher season 3 out yet? I saw some people posting the reviews and I was jealous, man. I need to be better about reaching out. That's my thing. If these companies or studios don't send me an email, I ain't sending them an email, which is a terrible thing to do, man. I would be getting so many more screeners and opportunities if I was just like, would you guys want to work with me? But I don't. I just wait. Because I did see people post their reviews of Jack Reacher, of Reacher season 3, and they're saying it's fantastic. It's really good. It's probably the best season. And I'm like, oh, I love Reacher. I want to watch The Gorge. That was supposed to be my plane movie. But remember I was telling you guys like we ended up staying in the airport for like 12 hours with our flight delayed. So when we finally got on that plane. I didn't end up watching The Gorge, but I do want to because Miles Teller and Anna Taylor-Joy. That actually looks really good, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers and things because I keep seeing people post, "Don't look up at anything, just watch." And I know the basic premise, but it looks like something crazy must go down in it. So trying to stay away from that. Probably, nah, it's probably getting late, so I'll probably watch it tomorrow. Congrats, Chris. Been watching since early 2019. Well, I appreciate it, Felix. I appreciate it, man. Uh, Falling to my knees in Walmart parking lot. Hmm, Interesting. Okay. Dude, I just realized I didn't even talk about one of the topics that is on the main title. I didn't talk about it because it's not even a big deal. Let me take a pause from the super chats right now. Let me just remember. Falling to my knees in the Walmart parking lot is the last thing people said to me. Um, I forgot to talk about this. I got to talk about it. Okay. Last thing literally just happened before I went live is freaking Spider-Man got delayed, man. So let me look this up. Spider-Man 4 got delayed, and as soon as I saw that, because I got the notification, because I have notifications for all the big major news outlets, said Spider-Man 4 delayed, and I was like, no, dude, please don't, please don't. The movie got delayed 1 week. Not even kidding. Spider-Man 4 release date pushed to late July 2026. The film will now hit theaters 2 weeks after Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which also stars Tom Holland. That must be the only reason why they delayed it. It's so weird that they thought, let's just delay it 1 week, because some people are thinking there might be a serious delay to Spider-Man 4 because Tom just has such a packed schedule of filming The Odyssey, Doomsday, and then jumping into Spider-Man, doing all the post-production, VFX, marketing, all that stuff, and then trying to release it just a year later might be cutting it too close. So there's some people thinking they probably would push that movie. And so when we got this update, we thought it would be months, but it just a week. And I think the only reason is because of that right there. The Tom Holland's going to be in a Christopher Nolan movie, and the last Christopher Nolan movie just made $1 billion. Oppenheimer, the Op, as I like to call him. So they know people show up for this, and I think the Odyssey is going to be a big movie. With that first look, I'm so excited. So they probably want to give a 2 week space of people to go see that, enjoy it as much as they want. And after they just saw Tom Holland in one movie, maybe they want to see Tom Holland in another movie, Spider-Man, and that'll give them the bump they need. So a 2 week space out, probably smart with the Odyssey. I don't know what other movie comes out around them, but I can't imagine it's a bigger movie than Spider-Man. So that's most likely what the delay is for. But thank goodness, dude. Ain't no Batman part 2 situation where it got delayed to the year 2027. Just awful. Let me know what you guys think, if that's a smart move or something better. If anything, I really do think they could go back to probably a Christmas release date in December. That made them almost 2 billion. So if they really do delay it, that could be the next spot. So we'll see. Sorry about that, guys. I can't believe I completely forgot to talk about that. Okay. Let me see. Where was I? Okay. People really want to. All right, fine. We'll get back to the super chats in a sec. On people spamming Reddit. Ah, geez. What are you guys going to be putting on there? What is going to be your line? Is this real? Did this just happen? No. This is fake. Did this literally just happen? No. Is that actually him? Oh my. No, hang on. I got to double check. I can't tell if this is real or not. Someone tell me, is it real? I don't see no one else talking about it on my timeline. Fake. It's fake. Okay, good. I was about to say, I do not like that look. That would have not have been a good look for me, but I almost freaked out. Okay, good to know. Let's move on. I am the watcher. That was me as soon as it ended. The symbiote, Peter's dad, Norman's evil. Oh, how did you guys know I actually proposed to the Wolvussy? Will you butter me up for a lifetime? Can you imagine? All right. Oh, bro really put an Easter egg? I get it now. Somebody tweeted, somebody commented the irony of this post, and I didn't get what they meant, but now I get it. Bro really put an Easter egg. That's hilarious. The almost fell to my knees was about the Spider-Man delay, and I was like, I almost fell to my knees, but it's only 1 week, and they're like, oh, foreshadowing. Better post-credit scene than Brave New World, let me tell you. This was the wedding I was expecting. Just kidding. Congrats to both, my king. Wish you the best. Can you imagine? Oh, Denussy, it was you or the Wolvussy. The Wolvussy don't do it like you, Denussy. 3C, Senior Love, got engaged. I like it. It looks like I'm Omni-Man in this photo, though. Or am I supposed to be naked with only a tie on? Oh, this is my bomber jacket. I see it now. I didn't have my glasses on, buddy, but I love this. This was great. Great. Oh, guys, 2 minutes long though. I'll watch this on my own time, buddy, because it's like a lot of footage from the movie. So I don't want to get copyrighted, but thank you. What is this? We're scrolling past that. Chris, check out the Fantastic Four. Oh, I did see this. That was pretty awesome. I don't know why it's not loading right now, but there was like an IMAX. Yeah, here we go. An IMAX version of like this Fantastic Four startup, and it was just really cool to look at. It had just little graphics and stuff, nothing like sneak peeks or anything. You can kind of see right here. Yeah, all that. That's kind of cool that they did that. I wish I could go to a theater where that happened, but it didn't happen for me. That's cool that they did that. It's good marketing. Lets you know they're excited for it. That's exactly what my 3C film Funko Pop looks like. They got best Christmas present ever. Nice, nice. The title. Oh, geez, let me just get it so y'all can hear whatever I just said in that post. Okay, right here. All right, let's hear what I said. Okay, it just says title. Those were the ones who are coming. The others. That is what he was referring. What is with my internet today? Those were the ones who are coming. The others. That is what he was referring to. I think it just. Fuck. See what you're doing. Fuck you! Sorry, my internet ruined the rhythm of that joke, but. Let it run through it. Dude, who keeps posting this? Terrifying footage. The Hulk goes on a brutal rampage and hurts many civilians. What is going? Chris missing his old life 1 week after marriage. Nah, man. That ain't gonna be me. If anything, I'll have Lady 3C here for the streams. Bro, I need to get my internet fixed, dude. Today, before the stream, I was trying to get on Fortnite, and the download was taking forever, man. Internet for sure. I don't know what's happening, man. You know, it's probably because there's like a lot of severe weather right now in Dallas, and whenever that happens, the internet is slow because everyone's at home. Just let me see what's on the webs. Chris, please, I need to know your thoughts right now. Love and Invincible season 3. I hate to be that guy, but I do think the animation this season has gotten worse. Like I was watching some clips from season 1, and I was like, dude. It was more momentum moving, but the story is so good, I don't care. but that's like really my only hiccup with it. The dream is real. Vin Diesel is Sonic. Who wanted Vin Diesel as Sonic? Family. When will Kid 3C release? Sorry, Kid 3C got delayed 5 years. Scheduling issues, money issues, other reasons. No, I hope it happens. I would love little 3C, but we'll see. We'll see. Fantastic Four first steps made by Fox. Oh, the cloud of smoke. What is this? Shrek fans while waiting for the sixth film for 16 years. When did Donkey get in space and freeze to death? I do not even remember that. Okay. Any other last minute ones real quick? The goat responds, my name is Ryder. 3C Senior Love got engaged. If you are looking for an image, it was probably deleted. What the heck? The Reddit, man. The Reddit is just on the loose. No way, Arrow. Oh, thank you so much for that. That's so sweet. Fastest man alive. What the heck? I do not even want to scroll. We're done. Well, we're done with the Reddit, man. I don't even want to scroll more on that one. Let me just keep going. Okay, this is a wholesome one. I could show Grandma this one. The proposal. Spider-Man delayed. Oh, 3C Senior Love is still here. Congrats, man. You deserve it. Love you. I love you too. Extra homo. Oh, yeah. I proposed to my dog, Noah. He looked so confused. It was funny because I showed her that I asked Noah for my lady's permission. Oh, not my lady's permission. I asked Noah permission to marry his mom because that's what you do, right? You ask permission to family members. And so I took this one photo of him. Let me show it to y'all. I took this photo of him to ask, is it okay? And that's how he looked at me. He said, what? What that for? What we doing with that? He looks so confused. Good times, good times. Okay, couple more and then we'll get back to the super chats. How I expect to look, how I look. Super handsome is how you look. Chris, he did it. He did it. Oh, Senior Love did it. Why is that the last photo? Me when Nosferatu comes to town. They know what they're doing. He knew what they were doing. Zach was probably just trying to go home. I don't know.
Where's Mark, William?
I'm right here.
You were supposed to drop him off and...
I'm right here. I'm ready to be adopted. I'm only adopting 2 of you. I saw this. I'm like, whoa. Thanks for that. Little Chris. Come on, I don't see no resemblance. I don't see no resemblance. What y'all doing there?
My butt cheeks
I'll try and see it to let it load a bit, see if it does anything, but I doubt it.
clenched so hard, I swear I took away some of the air in the room. People died that day.
Thank you, Internet. All right, I think we're over. I think we're done. I think it's finished. I need that popcorn bucket. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. The 3C Reddit is being deleted. We are done with that. Just kidding. All right, let's move on now and see what we got going on. The way you breathe is so tough. Thanks. Good day. Got fired this week. Hey, man, a firing is always a blessing. Maybe, that doesn't feel like it now, dude, but I could think of every time. I've only really been fired from like 2 jobs, but every time it led me to something better or it put me on the path to a better life. So I know it must suck right now. I know you must be stressed. I know you must be worried, dude. You're gonna be good. It happened for a reason, man. Always happened for a reason. Congrats, by the way. Thank you so much. Thoughts on win or lose? It's so funny because today I went on to finally watch the last 2 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and on Disney Plus it was right there, and I was like, oh, we gotta watch that, babe. So gonna make time for it. I want to watch win or lose. Congrats on engagement. Guess we can't goon together now. 5 booms for no goon. Boom, 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 boom. See the monkey yesterday. What are your feelings about it? Gonna record my review after I do this live stream, so you'll know then. And I have thoughts. There's a rumor that the Fantastic Four is an hour and 37 minutes long. Bro, that rumor better not be true. I agree. I want a lot of that Fantastic Universe. I saw that. I don't know how credible that rumor is because it's from someone I never really at least I think it's someone I don't trust. I got to double check who the source is on that. But I remember seeing that post and I was like, dude, that's kind of short. I want it at least 2 hours long. And I feel like they got a lot to set up and I really want to see more of that world. And I think that's really the movie that's most going to set up Doomsday and Secret Wars. But we'll see, man. Hopefully it's not that short. Papi Chris, adopt me and make me Junior Chris. All right, Freddy, you're adopted number 1. We might not get Beyond the Spider-Verse. Oh, don't even say that. No, please. Please don't say that. Harry and Jack have finally finished making Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. We want you in the film. Pull up, bro. Who Harry and Jack? You Harry? I Jack? Jack, you're Harry? Interesting. Congratulations, Chris, on your engagement. Ma'am. My question today is animated Spider-Man way ahead of how it was how it has been portrayed in live action. I agree. I don't know if you mean in general, in terms of like the 90s show, The Spectacular and Friendly Neighborhood. But there's a part of me that, yeah, but it's also easy because it's television form, so you get so much more time for development and whatnot. But yeah, every time I think about how I would want a Spider-Man movie to be now, I think of like Spectacular or the 90s Spider-Man. And even now talking about Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, they did stuff in there I wish MCU Spider-Man would have done. So yeah, but it's always easier when they have more episodes and more time, right? DC and Marvel crossover in the comics. Thoughts? I did see that. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'll see if I check them out and whatnot. But I thought it was pretty cool that they're doing that. Yeah, they're like making some new crossovers. And I think James Gunn is the head of still the comic department. So maybe that's set up for something in the future. That would be awesome if they could do that. Got laid off dude, all y'all getting fired. What happened? What's going on? What happened when I was gone? Dude, got laid off today. Wish me luck and congrats, 3C. I appreciate it, man. Really means a lot. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this. I think every time you let go, it sends you into a better place. Because, I mean, think about it. You were just there. And I don't know if that was your career or that's what you wanted to do. But if it wasn't, and you were always in your mind, I could be doing something better. I could do something more. I should look for something that... Now's your push. Now's your push to go get that better. And you gonna find it, my friend. Congrats on the engagement. And what do you think will be the villain of the Batman Part 2? Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, or Scarecrow? Not that I hate Two-Face or Scarecrow, but since we've so recently seen them and they were done pretty well because they were in the Christopher Nolan movie, I want to see a serious and well done Mr. Freeze in live action. I like the Arnold version as a kid and I thought that was fun. That costume is tough. That costume was cool. But I'd love to see a serious live action Mr. Freeze. There's a picture of James Gunn and Zack Snyder together. It looks like they're buddies. I wonder what those toxic Snyder fans think about it. I'm telling you, I saw some of the most toxic Snyder fans already being like, what a pathetic move for Zack. And I'm like, so who you gonna be riding now if you hate Zack? I guess Cavill, right? They moved to Henry Cavill. Did you see the Scream 7 set leaks? Yes, and we discussed it. Timestamps or on the Clips channel if you want to hear my thoughts. Congrats on the engagement. Get Tom Holland as your best man you can afford. I wish. Can you imagine I reach out to Tom and like, best man? And he's like, oh yeah, brother. I'll be your best man. I'm Tom Holland. Give me the ring. I'll hold it and give it to you. Is that a good British accent? I don't know. Working on it. You should get married in the Chucky Toy Factory, dude. That would be kind of dope. That would be kind of dope. Never mind. Chucky got to me. Sorry, I hit the back button. I do that from time to time. I hit the back button and it sent me back, as the back button likes to do. Let's go back to where we were. All right. We just did that. We just did that. Congratulate. Oh, it's okay. So I didn't get this one. Hey, Chris, congratulations. Have you seen the tweet that Jeff Trammell posted? Oh, who is Jeff Trammell? It's probably gonna be someone so important that I should know, and I'm over here sounding like an idiot. Jeff Trammell. Jeff Trammell. Let's get this going. Trying to see. Oh, okay. So it looks like he's a head writer and executive producer of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. He said, I just see, my guys, this was in 2020 before No Way Home even came out. I wouldn't even bet. I don't know. He was just responding to somebody. I don't see what. Let me see if he posted anything else. Other than the Gwen Stacy thing, I don't know what else you'd be referring to, my friend, but cool. Thank you for letting me know. Talked about that. First things first. Congratulations, brother. Second, what are your thoughts on the Hurry Up Tomorrow movie by The Weeknd? It's a horror film. You know me, I'll watch a horror movie. I'm very excited for any time there's a horror movie coming out. Oh, I forgot to talk about that. That should have been part of Side Flick. Dang. The Rocka Brothers, the Talk to Me. They came out with a new trailer for a horror movie, and I mean, I have no idea what it's about from that trailer, but it looks scary and intense, and I want to see that. Should have added that to Side Flick. I forgot. But the Hurry Up Tomorrow, yeah. I mean, I like The Weeknd, like Jenna Ortega, so yeah, I'm gonna want to see that and hope it's good. First off, congrats on the engagement. Very happy for you. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. That means a lot to me. That means a lot. Hey, Chris, hope you're doing good. Also, congrats. Well, gracias, Archangel. Gracias, my man. Congrats on the engagement, 3C. What are your thoughts on waiting for marriage before doing it? I'm personally waiting because I see no upside in fornicating. I mean, I respect anybody's wishes. If you want to put fornicating aside, my biggest advice, and I truly mean this, I think you should live with the person before you get married. I know maybe that's not typical in tradition or religious things and stuff like that, but I think when you live with a person, you just really find out who they are, how they live, and whether you could live with that, compromise with that, or whether you'd want to. Because Lady 3C wasn't the first person I lived with. Last person I lived with, I thought was the love of my life. I thought was going to be the one. Once we lived together, we were just very different in our home lives and the way we went about things, that I was like, they ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And well, like I said, I thought I was gonna be with that person forever. So imagine if I did that, then moved in with them, I would not have been a happy person. So biggest advice I would say is be able to live with them. You want to hold off on fornicating? That's on you, man. That's on you. All right. You the man. No, you the man. You the man. Congratulations, 3C. I am so happy for you both. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your end, Chris. Are you gonna do a full Spider-Man review? I just did one. Watching it made me honestly wish it was the origin of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Scorpion felt way more interesting. Agreed. Very much agreed on that. With the Scorpion felt way more interesting than other villains. Well, I guess he just felt threatening. Like you could tell Spider-Man was like, and I never thought you could kind of feel that way about Scorpion, because I could think of like 20 other Spider-Man villains that are probably way more threatening, much more of a challenge intellectually and physically for Spider-Man. Yet they made it work in the show, making me believe, oh no, this Scorpion, he's not just a random B-list Spider-Man villain. He's actually threatening. So I can't imagine what happens when he starts facing off against Doc Ock, Green Goblin, some of the more higher tier villains. So yeah, I agree. She said, yes, congratulations, Papi Chris. Thank you. Thank you so much. But also, I forgot to mention that Deadline announced that Wes Ball is coming back to direct Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes sequel, which is awesome. And weird with Zelda. I don't know if it's weird. He could do in between. I bet. I did not see that. I did not see that Wes Ball was confirmed, but I'm happy with it. I thought he did a great job with the last Planet of the Apes movie. I was honestly surprised when that movie came out, and some people didn't love it as much as me. Some people thought it was boring, overly long, or they didn't like the direction it went in. I was like, that was good. Not as good as the Matt Reeves movies, but I think a nice starting off point that maybe we could reach the level of the Matt Reeves films, right? Hello, Chris. Please give the 3C Discord a chance. All right, I gotta do that. I gotta do that. I apologize. Somebody better call TSA, dude. Yeah, I can never. I try to be friendly with the TSA, and I just always end up getting yelled at because I'm so fidgety. I there was like a line, right? The line where you put your like laptop, your bag, your phone, and your shoes and stuff like that. And there was like a little open space, and I'm trying to get things moving, so I step up to get my little whatever bucket so I can put my stuff. And as I'm doing it, the TSA guys goes, "Whoa, step back, sir, step back. I'll call you up. Be patient." And it's just embarrassing because there's like, I don't know, 20 strangers, and I just got yelled at from a grown man to another grown man of step back and be patient. Oh, okay, yes, sir. I'll wait. Oh, I hate it. I hate TSA. They make me feel so stupid. But I guess I understand. I don't know. It's for our safety. Yeah. Put electronics in the bag. I saw that Drewski skit. Drewski's so funny. Shoes, separate bag. I said it twice. I was at Las Vegas too in late 2023. Only for me, it was cold and I almost couldn't hear while heading back to my home state. Thankfully, it recovered. Oh, I'm glad you're okay, man. I'm glad you're okay. I don't know why. I love Vegas. I love the food. And I don't I you know I gamble, but I never really win. I see shows there. I like the shows, and I just have a nice time. But we go every 2 years. I think if I went yearly, I would be so bored and sick of that place. Any news on FNAF 2? As of right now, none that I've seen, but honestly, I haven't kept up with FNAF. I know there's like little updates with like cast members and like a previous suit actors coming back. I think the one for Chica is coming back for Toy Chica. But nothing that I really felt was like video worthy or worth talking about. Just small little updates. Do you think Thunderbolts will be more like Suicide Squad or Civil War for its tone? Oh, more like Civil War. I don't think they want to replicate that because I mean, Suicide Squad was trying to be funnier and trying to be more lighthearted so it could feel like Guardians because that's what DC was trying to emulate with that, and they ended up just ruining David Ayer's vision because he was trying to do something else. Gwen Stacy in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 2. Yeah, we'll see how they do it. Giving her powers already. Yay. I like this fan theory I heard that Doctor Strange and Spider-Man Miguel were talking about in the Across the Spider-Verse were the ones from your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. If you saw the last episode, you know. I guess you know what, that could kind of make sense because they do some time things and mess with stuff there. Maybe that piss off, but I think it's definitely more than No Way Home stuff. But could be, could be. Who do you think will be the Avengers Sam will round up versus who do you want? Also, do you think Strange, Star-Lord, Spider-Man, and Hulk will be left out? No. I think Strange definitely is in there because even whatchamacallit, Benedict Cumberbatch, he admitted, he was like, oh, I was wrong about that. I am in Doomsday. So he's definitely in there. Star-Lord is on Earth for a reason, and the Guardians 3 ended with saying Star-Lord will return. Bro's definitely going to be in there. Spider-Man, I mean, he's one of the most popular characters they have right now. They can't afford to not have him in there. Hulk, I could see him maybe being left out just because I have no idea when they want to and don't want to include the Hulk. They didn't include him in Brave New World. Maybe they'll include him in Doomsday. Who knows, right? He's got his son with the front fade to worry about. All right, but as far as who the Avengers will be in there, I got to think about who Sam knows. So definitely Bucky. Definitely Spider-Man. Doctor Strange, I think, will be thrown in there. Well, I mean, he has connections with Wakanda, so I have no idea why he wouldn't ask Shuri or whoever the current Black Panther is, right? If he's getting he got a new costume in Brave New World, so they had to keep supplying him with costumes. I don't know if it's just a speed dial thing of, hey, Wakanda, what's up? Yeah, new suit. Can you make it a little more blue? Thanks. You know? Who I would want though, I mean, I want Spider-Man. Hate me for this. I want She-Hulk. I want that green girl. I'm engaged. Chris. She-Hulk would be a formidable addition to the Avengers for reasons. Oh, Ant-Man. Shang-Chi. Oh, dude, yeah, Ant-Man and Shang-Chi, definitely members I would want as part of the team. Punisher, I don't think is getting on that dang squad. He's I don't think he's Rhodey. Yep, he does have connections with Rhodey, but is it are we ever gonna get explained what happened to Rhodey, or is it gonna be a one-line sentence thing where it's like, I was a scroll for a bit? That was weird. Anyways, Avengers, So we'll see. Oh, I missed this one. Even though I'm not a fan of his work, I respect Zack Snyder as a filmmaker, and he's a really chill guy in real life. I agree. Every interview I've seen of Zack seems like he's a real chill, nice guy. And I think visually the dude is super talented. The stories need to be polished. Congrats on the engagement. I personally think your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is top 3 Spider-Man show. I would agree. Gotta say it's fantastic. Say that again. Sony should just give the rights back to Marvel. Can't wait for season 2. Ah, man. Sony's gonna milk that thing till it ain't worth nothing, and I don't blame them. That's a cash cow. If Zack Snyder ever got to direct an MCU project, what movie would you want him to do? MCU? Dark Avengers. If we ever get to the point of like Dark Avengers, although I think that's going to be the rename of Thunderbolts, they'll be named Dark Avengers or something like that. So Dark Avengers would definitely be one. Midnight Suns would probably be really cool. Seeing Zach do the Midnight Suns with like Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, Punisher, just a lot of these dark characters. Punisher, dude, yes. A Punisher movie with Zack Snyder. Ooh, think of all the slow-mo bullets. Good stuff. World War Hulk could be cool. How would you rank the Captain America movies? I'm not First Avenger, I know probably isn't the best Captain America movie, but I'm not lying when I say Captain America First Avenger is my personal favorite MCU movie. If I did a ranking of all the MCU movies, I'd put Captain America First Avenger number 1. I really love that movie. I like it's one of the few MCU films I could just rewatch over and over and be very happy with. So I'd put Captain America First Avenger first. It's probably in the order they came out with: Winter Soldier, Civil War, and then Brave New World. If I'm being like trying to be objective, it's probably Winter Soldier, Civil War, First Avenger, and then Brave New World. That's if I'm trying to be like objective without like a personal bias. But yeah. Let's see here. Just got my first YouTube Oh, I'm so happy for you, Cord Crows. I remember my first YouTube check. I think they had a rule that it had to be over $100 or they don't send it to you. But I think the first month, like, I finally made money. I made like $80 and I was just like, whoa. I'm rich, baby. And so it's nice, right? To have that. Keep at it. Consistency, man. Or my lady. 3C cameo in FNAF movie 3. Oh, I doubt it, man. That'd be awesome. Well, if Jason Blum had wished me a happy engagement like some of you lied to me about, somebody did. Someone got me good. I would have tried to earn that possibility, but no. I think there's so many other FNAF people in the community that much more deserve it than me. I'll be a background extra. Hey, it's me, 3C. Monsters Unchained animatronics on YouTube. What is it? Monsters Unchained animatronics on YouTube. I'll look at it real quick to see what you mean. Monsters Unchained animatronic. Are you talking about the new ones for Epic Universe? Yeah, those look sick. I cannot wait to go to the new Epic Universe, especially for those Universal monsters. Daredevil Born Again comes out on my birthday, March 4th. Nice. Dude, I've been trying to finish rewatching the old Daredevil show because it's been so long. I feel like there's like little details I've missed. I'm terrible at it, man. There's so many other things I got to catch up on, but I have until March 4th to do it. Somebody better call Google Maps. Also, congrats on the big boy 3C proposal. I appreciate y'all. What's your favorite biopics? Ooh, that's a good question. So my favorite, I like the Straight Outta Compton biopic. You'd call that a biopic, right? Straight Outta Compton, really liked. I'm trying to think of like what were some of the other biopics that I really enjoyed. Would you call Wolf of Wall Street a biopic? I like that one a lot. Biopics. The Founder is one I love with the whatchamacallit, the start of McDonald's is what you call it. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Let me just see the photos of some of these biopics so I get an idea. Rocket Man, Straight Outta Compton, I said Amadeus, 12 Years a Slave. Let's see here. I'm hoping that Michael Jackson one is great. I saw the Michael Jackson show in Vegas. They had like a little Circus Olay thing where they paid tribute to his music and stuff. And I was like, dude, so many good songs. I wanted to love the Freddie Mercury one because I love Queen. I don't know. I kind of would have rather seen the Sacha Baron Cohen version because that sounded like it was gonna be wild. I'm gonna look through whatchamacallit, Rotten Tomatoes list of biopics, see if any of these stand out to me as my favorite. Someone said Scream. Scream ain't no biopic. Elvis was pretty good. I don't know if you call 8 Mile a biopic because it's loosely Eminem's life with a fictional story. So I don't know if I really call that a biopic. Or a biopic, whatever people decide to call it. I think those are it. I can't think of ones. Selena, of course. I love Selena. And is Titanic a biopic? I don't know. That's just more based on true story. Oh, Iron Claw, dude. Yes, thank you guys for spamming that in the chat. Iron Claw, yes, that's probably one. Especially because I have no interest in wrestling or care for that, and that movie made me bawl. That movie hit. Good pick. Oppenheimer's definitely up there too. Oppenheimer's good. Hey, someone said Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. Yeah, man. Can't believe they didn't teach us that in history. What are your thoughts about a live-action Gargoyle show in development, and who would you like to see play Goliath? You know, Gargoyles was one of those shows I like never got to see as a kid. I think it was past my time. I would see little images of it and whatnot, but I never was able to catch it on TV. And back then, that's how you had to watch it, right? On TV. There wasn't like YouTube or a streaming service for you to watch it. So, fortunately, I don't know much about Gargoyles, but it sounded like a sick show. It sounded sick. Did you see The Monkey? When is the Blood and Honey 2 spoiler review? I don't think you're getting a Blood and Honey 2 spoiler review, but you are getting a monkey review. You are getting a monkey review with a cringy intro. So stay tuned for that. Any tips on how I can make my channel better? Well, man, if I'll give you some real advice, Jose Estrada, but I don't know if I can find your YouTube channel right now. I'll give you some tips, but let's see here. Jose Estrada. Let's see who pops up. Is it this guy? No. Jose Estrada, where are you, my friend? I can't seem to find your channel, buddy. But big thing is get a good sound, because people will watch a video with bad image but good sound, but they won't watch a video with good image and bad sound. So sound is priority. And then obviously content. Do not be let's see, pausing, cut out the fat, just get to the point. No, think about like when you're watching a TikTok or a short and like people will do a story time and they take forever to get to the point of the story. Just tell the people what they need and go right into it. And be authentic to yourself. As dumb as that sounds, just embrace your personality, because people can copy other stuff you do. They can't copy being you. That's too hard. James Gunn wrote, Scooby-Doo, Superman will be good. I like that logic. I agree. Just popping in to say congrats on the engagement. I appreciate that, Crossbones. I appreciate that so much, man. Congratulations, Chris. I plan on marrying my queen one day too. Oh, I'm so excited for you, buddy. Your reviews have shaped our love for movies. We love your content. Red lights. Maybe that's what I should do. A wedding with red lights. Thank you, man. That means a lot. It still surprised me when I hear couples watch me together. I can see, the average dorky film lover dude watching me, but then to see like you sitting down with your girl and watching me be a fool, man, thank y'all for that. Uh, what do you think happened in the original timeline for Spider-Man to get his powers? Uh, like for Friendly Neighborhood or like in a different one? Yeah, like I don't even know. Was this supposed to be a Spider-Man that was never going to exist? Is he another anomaly like Miles, or they just overcomplicated how he got his powers? It's still crazy the way they did that, but I don't know. Seemed like maybe he was eventually going to get them. It sounded like Norman, but again, he needed Spider-Man already made. It's so weird because it's like, how do you create something that kind of happened out of thin air? If you really think about it, it's mind-boggling. Because Peter, I think, was always going to get the Norman Osborn internship at Oscorp because it didn't seem like he knew that he was Spider-Man. He just genuinely wanted the brightest minds so he could steal their technology and things they built for his company and take all the credit. It just happened that he ended up being Spider-Man. He's like, oh, I could use that even more to my advantage. But then he needed Spider-Man's blood to give it into that spider. That spider then went back to Peter. So it's like that was almost just created out of thin air. It's crazy to think about, man. Just I don't know. What Marvel project that never came out, won't ever come out, or are coming out, where you most excited for overall? That never came out, dude. I wanted to see Coyote vs. Acme. I was even interested to see Batgirl, but I'm more Coyote vs. Acme. I'm liking the rumors right now that I'm hearing that Rocksteady is probably going to make a Batman Beyond video game, and they're going back to just first person storytelling games instead of trying to do live service and whatever subscription fees like they did with the Suicide Squad video game. Oh, dude, a Batman Beyond video game. Yes, please. Yes. Oh, I would be so hyped about that. All right. I thought the Watcher only shows up if something bad is about to happen. What could that mean if Bro is watching Peter? Bro, technically the Watcher should just be always watching Peter because bad stuff is always happening to Spider-Man. That's why we love him. We like to see him suffer. But I do wonder what will happen. I donated a while ago and asked a question. Oh, Star Strider, let me double check, man. Did I not get you, buddy? I should have got everybody. I'm looking for you, Star Strider. I'm looking for you. Double checking. Can't be just ignoring the homies. You ignore the homies and you get no me's. That's what happens when you're not a homie. I don't see it, my friend. This might be the first one. This might be the first super chat. And now I lost my place. See what you did there? I'll find it. I'll find it. Let's see here. If it comes up, Star Strider, you let me know. Spider-Man new animated series, MTV. I'd never seen that one. The MTV show. Was it actually good? I'll have to watch. It's probably like a YouTuber who did a really good breakdown on whether it was good or not. I'll watch something like that to see if that's worth it. But I never got to see that show. Hey, Chris, you're a fan of the Wrong Turn movies, and if so, how would you rank them? Some of those kills are hilarious. I love the Wrong Turn movies. I think after 4, they go off the rails and become stupid. And it took me forever to watch the new reboot, and the reboot is completely different than what the rest of the movies were, but I appreciated it in its own way. Because it was unsettling in some aspects, and I kind of would have liked to have seen them sort of continue that world, but it felt very one and done. But I love the Wrong Turn movies. Very fun. First 3, really love. 4, I'm like, and then after that, I'm like, dumb. And I like the reboot as its own thing. Hey, Chris, congratulations on getting engaged. What you said, how would I rank them? Dude, it would be too much right now to try to figure to rank them, but that's kind of how I break them down in terms of what I like. Hey, Chris, I will say my personal favorite is the 3rd one. I think that's the one where they are stranded with a bus in the woods with criminals. I like that one. Hey, Chris, congratulations on getting engaged, man. Just a quick question. I've been dying. I need some Terminator news. Oh, okay. I thought you straight up told me you're dying. I'm like, what? I don't know how to help you there, man. I need some Terminator news, even Terminator Zero Season 2. Oh, man. I have not been seeing any updates with that. The only update that we've gotten with Terminator news is that James Cameron said he's working on it. I don't know if he'll direct it, but it looks like he's trying to get a story down. He's going to be producing it and handing it off. He said, though, that the movie would focus more on the AI aspect because of everything going on in our world. And I mean, the best Terminator movies are the ones that are like helmed by James Cameron. If he's got more involvement, hopefully it's finally a great Terminator movie because it's just been, up and down ever since. Hey Chris, what's stopper favorite Pokemon and what do you think is the next Pokemon theatrical film? My favorite Pokemon is Squirtle. Not even kidding. I love Squirtle. Squirtle, Squirtle. I just think that's a cool Pokemon. I remember I even play him in Smash Bros. You can be Pokemon trainer, and you get the option to be Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charizard. I stay a Squirtle. I'm loyal to that boy. As far as what the next, it just needs to be a classic Pokemon with like story with a trainer and Ash. I think it was still so weird to make the first Pokemon movie ever made a Detective Pikachu movie. A movie that was based on a Nintendo DS video game is your first Pokemon movie? Huh? I don't know who made that Pokemon is a gigantic brand worldwide. And if you went with the route of casting an Ash, a Mindy, and a Brock, and just doing, I don't know, something simple like that of a kid training Pokemon in the world, would have been a much bigger hit. Would have been a much bigger hit. Well, someone said that's not the first live action Pokemon movie, all right? First live action Pokemon movie. I have to specify things to everybody. Jesus. Don't watch Fantastic Four. LeBron James isn't in it. Damn. No, he is. He play invisible dude. Mm-hmm. Except he can't control his power. So he invisible. But he in it. He in it. Please do Invisible season 3 episode reviews. It's an amazing show. Almost done with the comic. Also, congrats on the engagement. Appreciate it. I'm enjoying it. I'm watching it. I don't know how I would fare as doing like episode reviews on whatnot. But hey, when the season's over, I'll talk about it here on the live stream. Give you my full thoughts on the season, what I like, what I disliked. Congrats on the engagement, Chris. I love you and have been watching since No Way Home. Do you have any advice on asking someone out and maybe some 3C lore? I was always terrible at that. I think most of my dates or ladies I asked out was through electronically, through text messages or all that kind of stuff, just because that was growing up. I really don't know, man. And it's so hard. I'm terrible back in the day. I was terrible at figuring out whether a girl liked me or she was just being nice. Because that's a thing. And I always got the thing where people thought I was flirting with everybody, but that's just my personality. I just like making people laugh, giggling, messing with people. And I'd always get told, why are you flirting with her? She got a boyfriend. Why are you flirting? I'm like, I'm just being me. I just like to be funny. What's wrong with that, man? So I don't know if I'm the best one to give you advice on that. I think you just catch a vibe and you sneak it in there. If you're talking about food places you like, if you're talking about movies, I'd be like, that'd be a cool movie to see, right? And if she's down with it, you roll on. If she'd be like, I'll wait for streaming, that's your sign to be like, okay, she not. Someone said Chris is too rizzy. Shut up. I wish I could help you more on that, but I congrats on your engagement. Which did you like better, sci-fi or fantasy? Sci-fi. It can be any medium as well as video game movies. Dark fantasy is my favorite. When I look at the movies I haven't watched, like Lord of the Rings, and video games I avoid. Like for the longest time, it was those open worlds like what is it, like Bloodborne, or all those other ones. I finally gave Elden Ring a chance when that came out because everyone was talking about it. Loved it. But it's just fantasy. I just can't get into fantasy. And maybe that's why I'm not into Star Wars, because although it's a sci-fi universe, it is fantasy. It's Lord of the Rings in space kind of thing, Game of Thrones in space. And I'm just not much of a fantasy guy. I don't know. Who is your favorite film composer or film composers? Danny Elfman, for sure. He did Spider-Man score, he did the Batman score, the Tim Burton one. Hans Zimmer's pretty good. I'm trying to think of like any other ones that I really like, but I like first one that came to mind is Danny Elfman. That would definitely be mine, dude. It's definitely. I'm trying to see what the chat will say in terms of another score and see if I can keep up. There's some people that will like just come out with like they're almost like a one hit wonder. John Williams, yes. John Williams, yes. Oh, John Carpenter. John Carpenter is a great score. Uh, Michael Giacchino, yeah, who did the Batman? Yeah, dun 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 dun. That was a good score. Someone said Little Wayne. Has he done a movie score? I not that one that I know. Um, but yeah, some good ones. I will admit there's some names in here I don't recognize. Like people are throwing in names like Alan Silvestri, Francis Lawrence. Let's see here. Someone just said Brian Tyler. Oh, who did the score for the Child's Play reboot? Because he also did the score for another recent movie. Let me just look that up. Child's Play 2019 score. Is that who was? Was it Brian? Brian? Okay. Bear McCreary. He did another score, and I'm like, this guy has really good scores. Let's see, scores. See if I can pop them up. What's he done? What's he done? What's he done? He did the Godzilla one. Okay, he did almost. It wasn't just this one. It was another movie where I was like, dude, that was great. No, I'm trying to see. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Let me double check. God of War. God of War. There's another recent one where I was like, I remember seeing him in the credits. And I was like, that was a good score. I can't remember what it was. Anyways, good stuff. Good stuff. Good question. Let's move on now. I'm surprised that Final Destination is in IMAX. Well, that's a good sign, though. I mean, but there was even a 3D Final Destination movie. You guys remember that? Back when there was the 3D gimmick everywhere, there was a 3D Final Destination movie. Why not put it in IMAX? Congrats, Chris. What is your thoughts on Spider-Gwen joining your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man season 2? I am hesitant. I like again because my mind goes. I don't want Spider-Man to rely on other like meeting other Spider people, multiverse stuff, or things like that. I want Spider-Man to remain his grounded, charming, fun-loving character self. But hey, they've proved me wrong with this first season, so maybe they'll prove me wrong with how they handle Spider-Gwen. Did you see the Fantastic? Oh, I think you're thinking about the fan-made ones. Those aren't real. There's definitely going to be Fantastic Four popcorn buckets, but those ones that you saw were made by Boss Logic, and they're not real. But really cool edits, though. Any news for Terminator franchise? I need something. Like I said, only James Cameron just said he's working on it. He's writing stuff down. He's going to focus on AI. If James Cameron is behind it, I'm down. Hey, Chris, congratulations on your engagement. I'm so happy for you. I have been watching you for years now. It truly is a great experience. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Most overpowered comic book character? Superman. I mean, I remember thinking back in the day, because as a Dragon Ball Z fan, I was like, Goku could kill Superman. Goku could defeat him. Even in like Super Saiyan 1 form, he could. And then I saw one day a video where someone broke it down that like Superman is way more powerful than you think. It would take like 10 Gokus to even hurt him. I was like, yeah, right. And then they explained it. I was like, oh, okay. Hey Chris, or right now if I'm the MCU, that one girl at the end of freaking Secret Invasion who got every superhero's power out of nowhere and we'll never see her again. Why did they freaking do that, man? Hey, Chris, with your love for popcorn buckets, I've been starting to collect them myself and also have been collecting collectible cups. Thanks for inspiring me for the fun. I've already had collect. That's awesome, man. That's just fun we can have, right? I know one day we're going to have to sell these or get rid of them. But right now, this monkey makes me happy. All right. Chris, do me a favor. Shout out Medrano family. Hey, Medrano family. Shout out. Y'all are fantastic. Say that again. Chris, do you think Anthony Mackie's Captain America will eventually be worthy to lift Thor's hammer like Steve? I know it's going to sound so stupid, and I know probably Steve Rogers has cursed before, but there is something, probably just like me in my spoiler review of Captain America, whenever I curse on the channel, because I don't like to curse and all that. Sometimes it just comes out of me. I obviously curse in private when I'm playing video games where I hit my toe. I go like, "Arr!" But I like to keep it friendly because I do like to keep a certain image, right? So it is funny when I let one slip, and the comments are always, "I've never heard that from him." That's appalling, Chris. How could you do that? This is a family channel. And so I felt that way whenever I see Captain America, Anthony Mackie, and he's cursing throughout Brave New World. And I'm like, that's not Captain America language. You wear that shield with honor and you watch your mouth. So, because of that, no. Potty mouth mean no lift hammer. That's it rule. Let's see here. Episode 2 on Win or Lose is very sad. Oh man. I bet Pixar is good at making me cry, so I'll be watching that. Any updates on Welcome to Derry? I've been hearing it's not delayed, so not sure what to think. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to. I have not seen that, but then again, I've been gone for a whole week, so let me see. Welcome to Derry. Let me see. Type delayed, not delayed, or whatever. See if it pops up. I don't see anything as of right now. As like I said, I'd like to see an update officially from them, and like the person who said it's delayed, I trust them, not because they're a scooper or they track record, because they've only ever posted facts that have been reported, and they're never one to lie. So I thought it was weird that they were the ones saying it. But I'll keep an eye out. Congrats, 3C. How do you think about Gwen Stacy? Yeah, I gave my thoughts. I'm open to the idea, but if it does make me hesitant, I would have liked it way more if it was just Gwen as a character instead of her Gwen getting superpowers. Jovuete Homies sends me a picture of his huevos. Nice huevos. Congrats on the engagement. Big fan since 2020. Have you seen Cyberpunk and Edge Runners? I think it's one of the best pieces of media ever. Oh, I have not seen that. I'll check it out. Oh, Star Strider, we found your lost super chat. I love you, Chris. Hey, I taken. Our love, it cannot be. Our love, it ends here. Our love, gone. Sorry, Star Strider. It cannot happen. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. 3C. Well, thank you, Nerd Engage. I took so long to read that because I was trying to read your username. I don't know what's happening to me today. Like my dyslexia is kicking in so much worse today, where like every other word I'm like reading it wrong. Hey 3C, congratulations. Been watching you since 2021 during Spider-Man No Way Home hype. Appreciate you. Hueveto Homie says, congrats on the proposal. I love your videos. I know this is a movie channel, but you open to playing Marvel Rivals like you did Fortnite? Let me see. Who is a character? Because I know they just added the Fantastic Four. I'm trying to figure out who's missing. Is Daredevil there yet? Okay. I'm trying to think of another. Ghost Rider. Okay. If they don't. The Daredevil, Ghost Rider, or who's another really big popular Marvel hero that's not on there yet? Whenever one of those gets added on, I'll jump in. Daredevil or Ghost Rider or Deadpool. Deadpool also. I'll go with Daredevil or Ghost Rider. When they come into the game, I'll put something on the Clippity Clip channel. Love the hoodie. Where did you get it? Look up Shoe Palace. Shoe Palace. It's a store in a mall, but they have a website. If you just go to shoepalace.com, they have a Toy Story collab, and it's a really nice jacket. It's heavy too, so it'll keep you warm. I love it. Really nice, and it's stitched on. It says Andy. I love it. I got it as a birthday gift. Y'all see the Monkey movie? Chris, what's one horror collectible you would love to have? Congrats. Also, should have been us, your community. Sorry, guys. I can't propose to all of y'all. One horror collectible I would love to have. Like if you mean like a prop from a movie. For one, the actual monkey in the monkey. Dude, that thing looks so cool. If I could actually buy that and have that thing, I would love it. Like this is cool and nicely detailed. This looked nothing like the monkey though in the movie. The monkey in the movie looks so creepy and well designed. But probably an actual Freddy Krueger glove used in a movie or worn by Robert Englund. That would make me very happy. Pick 5 main characters for a Smash Bros. Movie. Mario. Then I would go with Link. That's definitely one. Kirby. Mm, Samus Metroid. This is a tough one. Who's like uh part of me wants to say the Falcon Punch guy or Star Fox. But I'm gonna throw him in because he's my main on Smash Bros. Donkey Kong. Some people said Sonic. I should have done Sonic or Pikachu. Crash Bandicoot isn't in Smash Bros. Yet, right? That's the one I'm really waiting on. When they finally add Crash Bandicoot to Smash Bros. Um, that'd be awesome. But I don't know. I feel like those are like the main. Wolverine review. Ray says, congratulations to you both, Poppy Chris. Hopefully we get a baby 3C soon. Also excited to see when you do a couple stream. I see the monkey yesterday and I loved it. Got the popcorn bucket too. Oh, awesome that you did. I was thinking about that. Maybe next year's Valentine. It won't fall on a Friday though, because that's when I do live stream. I'll see if I can convince her. I don't think it'd be a very long live stream. But maybe one day I'll do a couple live stream, and it could be ask my lady anything, and she'll have to answer it. Is the Eternals really canceled? As far as we know, yeah. It underperformed. It didn't do as well as they wanted. People didn't seem to have the interest in it. I do think we're not going to see much of the Eternals, and whenever the Secret Wars soft reboot of the MCU happens, Eternals just never happened. They never existed, which will suck. Hey, Chris, congrats on your engagement. I'm so happy for you. I have been watching you for years now. It's truly been a great experience. Thanks for everything. No, thank you guys for watching. Y'all make all this possible for me. What do you think happened to the Chaos Emeralds at the end of Sonic 3? Because we don't see them again after Shadow was the last one using them. Wherever Shadow is, I think that's where they are. And if we go based off like what they were thinking about doing, it sounded like Shadow and Eggman time traveled. Like that explosion was not an explosion that killed them. It looked like that was a rift that made them time travel to a different time. Whether they're at the same timeline together or they both went to different places, that we'll see if that's the case. But I think wherever Shadow is, that's where the emeralds ended up. It'll also be a good excuse for Sonic not to be able to use them, because it's pretty cop out, to be like, let me just go super and I'll super out of this. I'd like to see Sonic, save the day without having to go super. If there is such a tight filming window and opportunity with Tom Holland, and he has a contractual obligation with the MCU, why don't they force Nolan to push back his date and film schedule if need be? Well, I think it's also because right when he finishes with the Odyssey, he jumps into Spider-Man. So it's not that it's too much of an obligation. He won't be filming Spider-Man and the Odyssey at the same time. But he will be filming Doomsday and the Odyssey at the same time. I don't know much about how his contract works, but I feel like he has a bigger obligation to Spider-Man than an Avengers movie, especially if he's like more of a supporting role than a lead role. So that's how they'll have to work it. And plus, Christopher Nolan is one of the most respected, probably powerful people in Hollywood right now. You try to push him or force him to like work around you, I ain't gonna do that. Christopher Nolan will Oppenheimer you. He will. Congrats. Peyton Rourke says, congrats in the words of Nice Pool on the proposal. Also, what are your thoughts on the Fear Street trilogy? Loved it. They're making a new one called Prom Night. Excited for that too, especially with the costume. Red coat. Will Lady 3C ever make a live appearance? Yeah, we were just talking about that. Maybe one day I'll do an Ask Lady 3C anything. Get more active on Letterboxd. Oh, dude, I am already behind on Letterboxd. I need to put my review of The Monkey. And I did see Paddington, and I went on the trip, and then I didn't end up doing it. I liked Paddington 3. Not as good as the first two Paddington movies, but it was still cute and sweet, and Who doesn't like a Paddington film? So, good trilogy. But they're already talking about making Paddington 4. If Fantastic Four ends up being mid, not bad, just underwhelming, do you think the MCU would officially cooked, or could Doomsday still turn things around? Uh, I don't think, honestly, it's going to be Doomsday or Secret Wars that officially sets the bar, whether we're on board or not for the following MCU movies. Fantastic Four ends up being mid, that is going to be very disappointing, but it's going to be Doomsday or Secret Wars, I think, that really breaks the straw. The Red Reaper says, same. You forgot to read mine too. Red Reaper, where are you? I don't know. Sometimes the thing just mixes them around. Oh, did I? I did. Red Reaper, you didn't like. No, I just talked about it. The Chaos Emeralds. It was there. Just give it a sec, Red Reaper. I'm coming. Hey Chris, I've been keeping it laid back lately after after 2 seizures back to back days in college. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I hope you're all right. Hope you're safe, buddy. Thank you. I'm glad I could entertain you. I hope you get well. Andrew Nielsen says, you are awesome. Have you ever seen the newest Hellboy? It's not the best, but I like it. I liked it that it went more towards horror. No, I need to see it. I still have not, but right now, probably no interest, no interest in it. So it's gonna be a long time before I ever get to it. Glad to hear you've been liking Invincible. Would you consider doing a full review on the season when it wraps up? Yeah, when it wraps up, I'll give my thoughts on it here on a live stream. I wanted the animated Spider-Man to replace Tom's. I mean, if Tom can play that part, which he can, yeah, there's a part of me that was like, yeah, I would have liked that too. This is, well, maybe not all of it. There are some parts, like I said, that wasn't like I loved, but there are definitely a lot of things where I was like, I wish the MCU would do that. Advice for my YouTube. I love your videos, Chris. I'll take a quick peek if I can find it right away. If not, my friends, I don't know. That guy O2. Oh, look, you popped up. Dang, it looks like you're already doing good. Looks like you're doing well. Let's see here. A lot of video game content. That's not me. Oh, okay, let's play some Chucky. 22 minutes.
Oh my God, let's go. This might be a good one. Hell yeah.
Okay, looks like you got it. Oh, I like that edit.
The killer doll. Now, I don't know how I'm uploading this video, but if you have it.
I think you're doing fine. You know what I would recommend to you? From the little bit I've seen, you've got good audio. You're playing something fun that I think people would be interested. I'd really have to sit and watch your 22-minute video to see if your personality is engaging and fun. But I bet it is from the couple seconds I just saw. What I would honestly recommend to you, clip some of the best moments of this video, upload it on Shorts or TikTok. That's how you're going to find an audience. Because unfortunately, the way YouTube is built now, it's impossible to grow as a regular YouTube channel. Unless you're just hitting the trendy subjects that are being searched upon daily, it's going to be really hard for you to grow naturally. Because right now, let's see, like your latest video, what is it? Playing Outlast 11 years later. I don't know right now who's searching Outlast playthrough. There might be some people, but I don't know. There's not that many people searching Outlast playthrough. But if you had funny moments or good things, put it on Shorts, put it on TikTok. And then from that, they'll be like, oh, this guy's funny. Let me go find his full video. And that's how you'll get your audience. So definitely do that, my friend. That's would be my recommendation, because it seems like you got pretty much everything else done. And that's my recommendation for everybody. Start with Shorts form content, because they'll find your audience. They'll go get you, the people, and then you just got to give them content for them to be on. All right. Finally, MTU movie is happening. I'm hyped as F. Any thoughts? Fisto. MOTU movie. What is MOTU? Let me just look up that. MOTU. Masters of the Universe? He-Man? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, okay, I got it. He-Man movie? I am interested, but I don't like the idea that they're starting off in the real world and He-Man is gonna jump then into, whatever his world. Why can't we just already start in his own fantasy world and whatnot? But whatever, maybe it'll be good. We'll see. All right. Did you see the Clown in a Cornfield trailer? Yeah, I talked about it in the latest episode of Side Flick. If you want my thoughts, I have it there. It's the latest YouTube video uploaded. I'm interested. I'm curious about it. To me, it felt like an outdated slasher that maybe should have came out years ago. Slightly kind of like a cheap vibe. Again, not in production value, just in the way the movie was coming off. But I hope that's just maybe a poorly cut trailer. And maybe the more story one will get it for me. But it's a clown killing people. Looks like they're going rated R. Very happy with that. What do you think of the Snow White trailer? Snow White was one of the few princess movies I saw as a kid, because obviously as a boy you want to watch the boy movies: Hercules, Aladdin, Tarzan. But Snow White was one of the ones I saw as a kid. I liked. I was like, oh, these little dwarfs are funny. They're singing. That one is sleepy. um. So, hey, I mean, I don't know. I think honestly, visually, I like the look because it's Mark Webb, and he did this Amazing Spider-Man movies, and I think those are the best looking Spider-Man films. So I like all the vibrant colors and whatnot. I know there's a lot of drama behind it, but I'm just gonna watch and see if I like it. And if I don't, I'll be honest about that too. Oh shoot, didn't realize you were live. So not sure if someone's asked this yet, but we need that 3C lore on getting the ring. How long you held on it for and how nervous you were. Congrats. If you want, go to the beginning of the stream. I went through all of that and I even played the little video. But yeah, I couldn't even sleep the night before. I was so nervous, and the whole day, because we went to a really nice restaurant too, expensive. I couldn't even finish my meal because I was like felt like I was gonna throw up from nervousness. Clayface movie. It got director. DC is on a roll. Yeah, we talked about that with the DC news. I'm okay with that director. I liked Speak No Evil, so I think he'll do a fine job. Avatar: The Last Airbender, 20 years, a new series. Again, Avatar was one of those shows I never got into, maybe because of the fantasy aspects like I was talking about. And I told myself I was going to sit down as an adult and watch it. And I got like 4 episodes in and I just gave up, not because it was bad, but just because I don't know. I just felt weird. I was like, this show used to be on Nickelodeon. I don't know. I need to get back into it because I like every time I hear the sound of like the way it's jumping, and there's different versions like Korra, and now there's new one that's going to continue on. That sounds cool to me. So I kind of want to get into it. Congrats on finally proposing, Chris. You are awesome. No, you are awesome. Thank you so much for that. Duh, archive. There's a lot of girls into me. What do I do? Hey, line up. Line up and present me a gift. Best gift wins. That's what I would do if I was you, buddy. That's what I would do. Did you see what Dragon Ball Daima just did with Goku? Yeah, I'm still waiting for the dub versions to come out. I know you should just watch sub, but I like the dub. I like appreciating the voice actors from the American Dragon Ball. But I'm completely spoiled with all the cool surprises. But I can't wait to see the context of those surprises, things they've done with Vegeta, what they just did with Goku. Loving all that. So I can't wait for the context of all that. Yeah, it's pretty awesome that they did that. Have you seen the trailer for Pop? Oh yeah, we talked about that. I think there's a video on the Clips channel where I watched the trailer for both the Popeye horror movies coming out. Who'd win in a fight? 2021 Chris or 2024 Chris? 2024 Chris. 2024 Chris knows everything about 2021 Chris. 2021 Chris, he don't know my next move. You denied my love. Years of loving you wasted. Star Strider, no, it's not you, it's me. 3C, you skipped part 1 of my super chat. Jose Estrada, where? Jose Estrada, let me see. I'm going up, Jose. We'll find this together, buddy. Jose or Ho No Way? Did that make sense? I'm not sure. Let's do this, Jose Estrada. Oh. Hey 3C, just wanted to okay, there you go. Jose Estrada. Hey 3C, just wanted to thank you for inspiring me and starting my own little film review channel. Oh, nice. The gram and TikTok cinema underscore. Oh, there we go. There, my bad, man. I should have saw the 2-part there, and I should have known. Let me right now. I'll follow you, my friend. I'll follow you, okay? Cinema underscore focus. Okay. I'll get that set up, my friend. I'll get that set up. I apologize for that. And hey, good luck on your journey, my friend. Good luck. I'll DM you if I have any good advice. Where did I go now? Cobra Kai spoiler review. This is not okay. You may still be some people's senior love, not mine. Star Strider, please. You're pushing the dagger. Coast Fallen says, which is best? Bad writing, good acting, good effects, or good writing, bad acting, good effects, or good Jeez. Good writing, good acting, bad effects. I would go with good writing, good acting, bad effects. I look at the Spy Kid movies. Yeah, I said it. Those are good acted and good writing. Effects could be polished. Oh, I'm not your uncle. Oh, masterpiece, right? Who wrote that? Martin Scorsese as an intern? I think so. Let's look at, so if it was bad writing, so let's think of like Madam Web. But you have good actors in there. There's some good acting in Madam Web. The CPU scene, the CPR scene, I mean. Good effects. I mean, there's tons of movies out there. Like, think of like the huge Netflix streaming movies that come out that have like expensive, giant money making effects, but they're like the Red One. I don't know if you would call that good effects, but I mean, that's what they aim for. You remember that movie that came out, Jupiter Ascending? Something like that with Channing Tatum and he played Stephen Hawking. He was also Newt in Fantastic Beasts. I can't remember his name, but just like that. There's plenty of like good effects movies, all that. So I don't know. I would go with good writing, good acting, bad effects. Yeah. Yeah, Rebel Moon, that's a great one. That's a great example of like great effects, looks great. Acting sometimes is and the writing is not good. No. Hey 3C, me and my lady have been engaged since Easter of 2021, and I was wondering what you would recommend to do in Vegas, food-wise and attraction-wise. Oh, okay. Um, okay. Whenever you are going, so you said you got engaged, and I was wondering what you would recommend to do in Las Vegas. Okay. Okay, a month in advance, buy the tickets for your shows. Honestly, plan out itinerary. The shows I would honestly recommend. You're gonna laugh at me. Watch Carrot Top. I know he's been made fun of, or people think he's dumb. When you see him, he's gonna look like he's been doing lines of heroin for like years. He does not look great, but his show is very funny, and it's so how do I say it? It's so current because I saw him 2 years ago and he was so funny, made me laugh so hard. And I was like, let me just try again. And only like 10% of his act was the same from when I last saw it. Everything else was all new material, very current. Like, you don't want to know how current? And it was a tasteful joke. I know this is gonna sound bad, but you know the plane that like went upside down? He had a joke ready for that, and when that joke happened was literally the day after that happened. The day after the news came out with that airplane from Delta that went upside down. Next day, I'll go to see Carrot Top, and he had a joke ready for that. That was actually funny. And he even goes in his act. He's like, "Hey, I did it because nobody died. If somebody died, I wouldn't do that joke." And that was funny. But anyways, honestly, highly recommend Carrot Top. Very funny. People don't know who Carrot Top is. Okay, for my younger people, look up Carrot Top clips on YouTube. He's a comedian that uses props. Pretty funny guy. You'll be surprised at how funny he is in live. He's very good. But he's been doing Vegas for 30 years. He has a show in Vegas for 30 years. Anyways, like that. He's actually pretty funny. The other shows I would recommend, I mean, if you're into circus stuff, I'd recommend the Michael Jackson show. If you don't like Michael Jackson, there's a Beatles version. That's good. I'm not a big Beatles guy, so I didn't watch that. But the circus stuff is good. Okay, there are magic shows, but I don't know, man. I would not recommend Matt Franco unless you love card tricks. If you love like, oh, this is the card, or I made it disappear, you can. But I'm not a big fan of card tricks. I'm like, that's like street magic for me. If for a show I paid for, I want to see crazy stuff. There's a guy named Mac King. Mac King. He has a show in Vegas. It's family friendly, but it was actually a very good show. It was so funny, and he's an older magician, But it was actually not that the magician was amazing, but his presentation and entertainment was good. So Matt King is one I would recommend. Last one I'll say before I move on to other stuff. Trying to think of all the. I like Piff the Magic Dragon. That wasn't a bad one. Blue Man Group is also good. Those are the ones I'd recommend. As far as food goes, I honestly just like watch TikToks. That's how I plan my Vegas trip. There's a TikToker named Vegas Starfish or Starfish Vegas. She's a girl. Great TikTok for what to do in Vegas. Honestly, just scroll through her page and you're gonna see a ton of stuff you're gonna watch, and you can plan a lot. So yeah, that's that's what I would recommend, buddy. For food, it's too hard to like pick what to eat because there's so many great places and whatnot. I like going to the Hard Rock and ordering the wings. The wings I love there, but that's not something I'd like make you go out of your way because you might not love the wings as much as me. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Little tangent. What movie characters deserve their own prequel movie? Oh, Doc Brown would be an awesome movie from Back to the Future. Prequel movie. Out of all the characters I see, Mickey from Rocky. I would love to see a prequel of Mickey. There's throughout the Rocky movies where Mickey is still alive, he like says a lot about his career and how he was up and how some people did him dirty and his ups and downs. I would love to see an old school boxing movie with Mickey, a younger version of him and everything he had to learn that eventually led to the stuff he passed on to Rocky. I think a Mickey movie would be cool. People thinking Mickey as in sorry, Mickey Mouse. No. um RoboCop, yeah, not bad. Let's see here. Stu and Billy, like, what would you do as that? Like, unless it's the prequel where we get to see Roman recruiting Stu and Billy and maybe doing some Ghostface killings that no one knew about. That would be interesting. Seeing what other people say. Terminator. I don't know what the prequel would be though. Eggman would be funny, especially the movie version. Just growing up being bullied and so smart. An Aunt May movie. Get out of here, retro lover. Cobra Kai spoiler review? No, I mean I gave my thoughts on the finale and I was pretty like descriptive enough to where if you watched it you knew what I meant. So I loved it though. Loved the ending. Doomsday, Secret Wars, or Fantastic Four will not be the lost all hope yet. But when X-Men happens, that will finalize how far. Yeah. I mean, if they mess up X-Men, it's over. It's over. Hey, just started this channel. Any advice? What's popping? Like I said, my best advice, short form content. Your goal is eventually to get the audience for long form, but short form content is the best way to find your audience and get out there. Because just only doing long form on YouTube, it's going to be really hard for you to get that audience. I wonder how the Oscars will turn out next week. It could either be a great show or a complete train. Like, I'm excited just for Conan O'Brien. I think he's one of the funniest late night hosts when he was doing late night. I still think he's very funny. Whenever I do my vlogs, I literally take inspiration from Conan when he would do his field trip videos for whatchamacallit. I think they were called, what were they called? They had names for them and they're still on YouTube. I Google the one with Kevin Hart. Just type in Conan Kevin Hart ride along. Funny stuff. But anytime he would do things where he'd leave and like go visit like like a beer factory or anything like that, I was like, dude, I want to do stuff like that. So that's what I model my vlogs after, like Conan's things. So I'm excited just to see him as an entertainer. But not a lot of movies this year that like hit me where I'm that excited for. I'm glad for The Substance and The Wild Robot. Everything else, I'm just kind of like, okay. Remotes. They called them remotes. Thank you. They called them remotes. Thank you. So look up Conan remotes and you'll see a lot of great entertaining videos. Congrats on the engagement, Chris. Can't wait for Mini 3C. We know Chris will reenact Rafiki carrying. Oh, dude, that's what I should do when my baby's born. Mama red lights. That was a good impression. Greta Gerwig wrote this. Oh, she wrote the screenplay for Swim. So I don't know why we stressing. Greta the Queen. The Queen. What's your favorite disturbing horror movie you've seen? You've seen I've not seen Antichrist. I think parts of that are gross as I don't know if it's like my favorite, but if I'm thinking about movies that like left me disturbed where I was like, ugh. Midsummer, that one I was like, whoa, that was a lot to take in. Was it Green Inferno? Eli Roth's Green Inferno. It's not a great movie. It's pretty stupid, but I don't know why when I watched that, I was so disturbed by all the eating people stuff like that. Oh, I don't know why that got to me. Barbarian, I guess, was a little bit. I'm trying to think of any. There was this one movie I cannot remember the name. It might have been Girl Next Door, and there was a scene, maybe I'm misremembering it, and I'm sorry for being graphic here, but it stuck with me all my life, and it still like haunts me to this day. There was a movie about a girl who had to live in the basement, like she had to be like living with her aunt, and she was living in the basement, and the aunt was like just very strict with her. There's a little boy who I think is her cousin, I guess, that would come in and oh no, he's the guy next door. He's the kid next door that would come in and visit. Anyways, there's a scene where like the woman takes a blowtorch, like a heating blowtorch, and just puts that on her for JJ. And I remember watching that as a kid going, what the and to this day, it's still in my mind. And I don't have a JJ, but just thinking about that, I so hard. I was like, that was a crazy thing to do in that freaking movie, man. I don't know. Anybody else remember that movie? Was it just me? That was an insane thing that happened in that movie. Oh, that's true. It was based on a true story also. I think that's what messed me up. I was like, that happened? Someone did that to somebody? Oh, dude, that's even just thinking about it now, it's making me oh. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, I saw too many messed up movies as a kid. That's why I love horror movies now. Uh, but I just my dad would just let me get whatever I wanted off Blockbuster. That's so funny that he was like that. Let's see here. Congrats. Thoughts on Parasite and its director. Oh, I love Parasite, and I can't wait for Mickey 17. I need to go back and watch his filmography. Bong Joon-ho, because I think he's got that one movie, The Host, which I vaguely remember watching, but I need to rewatch. I want to see his other movies. But yeah, I loved Parasite, and I can't wait to see Mickey 17. What are your thoughts on the new De Niro movie, Alto Nights, where he plays both main characters? Oh. I didn't even know about this. I gotta look into that. I didn't even know De Niro was doing a new movie. I'm gonna look into that. But hey, 2 De Niros is better than 1. You talking to me? You must be talking to me. Not a good De Niro. Fantastic Four is the MCU movie I'm watching after Doom casting Blade delays and them naming the Young Avengers the champions, a completely different team. Oh, okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, thoughts on Paddington 3. I liked it. I thought it was good. It's definitely missing a lot of the charm and heart, I think, that or whimsy that Paul King brought to it. It felt more like it ended up being just like a generic family movie, which isn't all that bad, but like the heights of the first two so much better. And there was moments I got slightly emotional because I just Paddington, that bear, it gets me, man. But I'll tell you this, if even though it was good and it was enjoyable, if the quality of the other 2 Paddington movies were the same as Paddington 3, we wouldn't even be talking about Paddington. It would just be a thing that happens. It's like, oh, you like the Paddington movies? I guess that's cool. But you know what Paul King did with those first 2, you say you like Paddington, people go, oh, of course, they're fantastic. And like you didn't even feel it now. That movie came and went, and I felt like nobody talked about it. I didn't see anybody talk about it, including me. Congratulations on the engagement. You deserve the world. Oh man, you guys are so nice. Thank you for saying something like that. But hey, we all gonna find love. If I found love, you can find love. There's somebody for everybody. I love your videos. When you say you won't make a video because it won't reach views, you feel like I feel like you get into YouTube because you love to create. Oh, I do. I just have to pick and choose. There are times where I take the risks and I make videos on stuff, but those are the videos I have to pick and choose. I mean, every time I vlog, it's a risky video. Not every vlog does great. When I did the Sonic convention vlog, that video did not do well, but I loved making that. I thought that was great. Trying to think of what else. I used to do more experimenting back in the day when I was like doing the reading negative reviews on things I didn't like. I mean, the news video stuff, that it was an experiment that turned out well. So I still experiment and there are things I want to do. But there are times where I know this is just not going to do well. And that's also why I kind of created the clips channel so I can do more of that, because reviews on Cobra Kai, reviews on Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man like that, or other small things, or some of these news stories that I think are crazy, they some for some reason just don't do well on the channel. But the people who do want to watch that or care to hear about that, I put it on the clips channel and people are there. So it's just sucks, but it's things like that. Trust me, if I talked about everything I wanted to without caring, I just don't know if the channel would be as healthy as it is, you know? It's just stuff you gotta pick and choose. But I totally get what it sounds like, where it's like, "Oh, I'm only gonna do it if it gets views." Sometimes I do a video that I think is gonna do fantastic and it bombs. And I'm like, oh, gotta reanalyze this one, buddy. All right. Anyways, looks like that was the final super chat, my friends. Y'all are fantastic. I say that again. Y'all are amazing people. Thank you for everything, all the congratulations, all that. Y'all are awesome. I'm going to right now film my monkey review, so you might see a late night upload or a morning Saturday upload, probably late night upload, just to get it out there. Y'all are amazing. I was about to say it again. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the flippity flip. Thank you very much.